Hey guys, it's Robert Gardner with the Robert Gardner Wellness Podcast. Again, I've got Antoine Collette with me. Did I pronounce that correctly? I always ask.
Yes,
Okay, because
perfectly.
I'll mess up. Names have no standardization. So I think we're going to talk about massage industry related stuff. What was it topic wise that you were wanting to go over specifically, Antoine?
Um, Getting the clients is probably the forefront of my mind, and probably a lot of people in the massage industry. I noticed, at least in Florida over here, it seems like they have to have a brick and mortar in order to really feel comfortable bringing clients in.
Yeah.
And like what I don't know. I guess it was a matter of just running through what kind of things actually did well with getting clients.
Yeah. One
Whether
of the
it's
things
regular.
that comes up for me, and like you're in Florida, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like, okay. So, to give the viewers at home, if you are not a massage therapist, or maybe you're a massage therapist who doesn't work state to state and doesn't realize this, does Florida have specific rules about whether or not you can have a home based practice?
For the most part, I think they stick with the ancient regulations that we're battling to get around, or to at least build some sort of process with it. Because it's, for the most part, it seems like the industry is being held back by regulation. Um, some states you don't even need a license, but at the same time, most of them don't really do anything for the industry for education on a regulatory level.
Yeah.
And it's ancient, man. It's ancient. They're not innovating. They're not doing
Yeah.
anything like that.
I saw a post from Gail Wood. And Gail, if you're out there, say hello. We could do a podcast on this if you want, Gail. She basically, in a blog post, like laid out all the reasons I'm generally outspoken against massage licensure and regulation. And nobody called her names. That's the most interesting thing. Like when I say it, everybody just takes their turn, like being like, he's not one of us. He's not really part of our tribe. And fundamentally, the problem I have, and I'll discuss this in a little bit of detail, there's another therapist here in town who wants a brick and mortar that I'm currently working with because she wants next level pain relief. She wants what I do in a brick and mortar, and I'm like, okay, hold on. You run the brick and mortar, I'll do the training. Oh. And I'm like, yeah, we can work on it. Like I have every reason to want to grow. The challenge has been this. I don't have stake in a brick and mortar business as of yet. And I don't want to because brick and mortar is about real estate. It's a real estate game.
That's the tricky part.
It has nothing to do with services. It has nothing to do with massage. It has nothing to do with it's brick and mortar. Like, listen, don't get me wrong. You can make profit if you are renting and you're making enough money. The landlord gets their rent and you move on. The landlord is the one who wins long term. When I ask people if they have a brick and mortar, if they own, and they're like, that's ridiculous. Who owns? And I'm like, well, somebody owns every building in America. Somebody's winning because of real estate. Like the students in my classes would like what I was teaching and go, when are you going to open a brick and mortar? And I go, give me 60%. And they're like, oh. And I'm like, guys, I'm giving you the tools to have your own business. Go do it. And they're like, but we don't want to do all that. And I'm like, cool. You also don't want me as a manager. Trust me. I will open a brick and mortar when I can buy the shopping center. And the shopping center has 10 units. I'm going to slightly raise the rent on the 9 units. And then my unit is a next level pain relief clinic and it's now free. And they're like, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, sit on it for a couple years. Think about it. Brick and mortar is the issue. There's a reason that Massage Envy is not run by massage therapists because they're not thinking about business and they're not Soothe, Zeal, the apps, not owned by massage therapists. Stretch Lab, Stretch Zone, not owned by massage therapists. There's a reason they're not thinking next level when it comes to business itself. I'm always in favor of the small guy, always in favor of the small independent therapist who's got a dream. I'll consult with you for free. I don't care. The challenge is you have to go through the muck to be able to build it. And frankly, sometimes it's hilarious to me where therapists want a sort of like social and cultural acceptance. Like what I'm doing is good. What I'm doing is good. Everybody wants this, like I want to be approved of. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, if I had waited on approval, I would be dead. Everything I've done at every layer has been like pissing somebody off for reasons that I've never been able to understand because I was running the game in a different way and going, well, why can't you work out of your apartment? And they're like, well, but the lease agreement says, and I'm like, yeah.
And then perceptions of it, you know what I mean? The perception of even going through like that, it leaves people's mind in the gutter.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's challenges, and I understand this. Like, we're both guys. We have guys bias, like guy privilege, if you want to call it that. I understand that for many women in the massage industry, having a home-based studio won't work for them, but they also don't form cooperatives to share space. So what they're doing,
I can definitely see that,
is they're creating a situation where the landlord wins. The landlord gets their rent every month. It's like their building that they eventually own just continues to generate revenue. It's like, yeah, there's repairs and taxes and real estate related stuff for the interest that they're paying on the mortgage. But it's like McDonald's, if you watch The Founder with Michael Keaton, it's a great film that really, really laid this open in a way that I was I love that film. I watched it repeatedly because I was just blown away by the concepts in it. McDonald's was about real estate. It wasn't about hamburgers. That thing, when I talk to therapists, they will throw thousands of dollars a month down a hole for rent because they need to be legitimate.
Like look the part.
Well, there's a weird thing where it's like social approval. I personally eschew it in a way. Like I almost feel like if I'm doing something and people aren't getting pissed off, I'm not pushing hard enough. Yeah. Like I know that's not a common thing in the massage industry, but it's what I see as far as like behavior.
So hey, people got really irritated on the table from not enough pressure. They got really irritated.
Yeah, it's a strange. Yeah, it's a really strange thing to like sit and think about. I find it super interesting how massage therapists interact and the sort of like social approval. It even led to licensure itself because we want to be legitimate. We want to have a license and we want to be regulated, and it's going to protect from human trafficking and all these things. And I'm like, I don't know that it's done necessarily any of that, but it's like, I'm going to continue to do me. People will continue to be mad for reasons that don't make any sense. And half of it is like humans respond as a herd. There's herd mentality. If you break from the herd, they do not like that. End of story.
They feel abandoned.
Well, and there's nothing worse than breaking from the herd and being like, I don't care what you think. Nothing is worse than that. They're just like, well, he's not one of us. And I go, why would I want to be one of you?
They already assumed you were one of them on first glances. Like, it's so crazy that they already know that you're different, but they're waiting for that difference to come out so they can then reject you. It's crazy how it operates. It's like one big projection party.
Yeah, I mean, I've started saying this, that I'm not really a massage therapist. I just play one on TV. When I sit and talk to therapists, like, they don't really understand. The practice is mat based. The practice is with suspension. The practice is with yoga therapy. I don't have clients take clothes off. I'm, doing, helping people with chronic pain. The sessions are 3 hours long. And they're like, wait, what? I'm like, guys, I don't own a massage table. And they're like, this isn't massage. And I'm like, great. Then we don't need licenses in all 50 states. And they're like, I don't understand. And I'm like, I'm well aware. I've been floating around this goddamn rock for 49 or 48 years. I'm coming on 49 this year. It's like, I understand you don't get it, but I can't like take what's in my dome and just like dumb it down to make it understandable. Like, I'm trying to create the future that doesn't come with like a great degree of social acceptance. I can hear the people at Uber going, well, no, but like, it's a taxi company. And they're like, no, it's ride sharing. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? You have to have a taxi, like you have to have a license. And they're like, no, we have a phone. We have new shit now. Fuck your industry. And they're like, no, we have laws. And they're like, yeah, our app goes faster than your laws.
That's the key.
Like, I got a vision. I know people don't always get it. But it's like, in the end, I'm for the small therapist. Like, I don't... How do I put this? It's almost like the truth is available to everybody. I don't gatekeep information.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's right here. Here you go. There's a membership vault. It's free for your first month, $7 a month after. Here. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, but this is too long. And I'm like, yeah, mastery might take a lifetime.
What can you do?
Like, in other words, like, I remember, like, as a kid, I'd watch Bob Vila, like, This Old House. You ever watch that? And I'm not good at repairs, by the way. Don't ask me to repair stuff in your house. Maybe I can hang some sheetrock or paint, but that's about it. I would just be amazed. I'm like, wow, how do they do that? But I never built a house because I watched, Bob Vila do it. It was more like the entertainment value of like watching somebody else take care of stuff. And, there's all these skills. Basically, my educational process with the membership is like that. Like, I can show you how to build the house. But to learn, you just have to do it, and you have to do it again and again and again and again. And you don't see the nail bent. The wall doesn't line up. Like the spackle like dented in. You don't see all the problems. You just see them do it perfectly for the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's kind of madness. But I do think that as far as the education goes, I think we might be lacking on action more than we think. It's almost like, yeah, people are in front of their phones, but are they considering that part an extension of somebody else's reality? No, they're just seeing it as the flowers to the tree. They're not really seeing the work involved. They're not seeing the things that make things exist. And I'm starting to think that end game that you see is the same. It's kind of the same one, because I'm starting to see that there's a big difference between a lot of different teachings for massage therapy. And I consider Thai massage just part of the umbrella, personally. Like, we had to take that instead of shiatsu because the shiatsu teacher didn't show up. So already Thai massage was looking better.
Yeah.
And it made more sense, although the clothes are on. The thing that I got from it, which was something that was a big problem with me, was personal space. And being a person that had a problem with personal space being invaded, and then doing the clinical route and doing Thai massage through schooling, honestly, I don't know what allowed any of the people on that floor to allow me to do that to them, personally, because I know how intimate it is. But at the same time, the ways that the body can stretch kind of goes beyond the gutter thinking. And so I'm thinking our actions do need to start trailing into reality a little bit more.
Yeah.
While being online.
Well,
I'm even planning it myself.
I had a class years ago. The first time I remember this conversation really coming up, and I was teaching intro Thai, and the students in class were like, "Oof, man, this." Oof. And I go, what's up? And they're like, man, this is so intimate. And I was like, you work on naked people in a room privately. And what I'm teaching you on a mat publicly is more intimate. And they're like, oh yeah, this is way more intimate. And I go, hold on. What does that mean? And they're like, well, you just make so much passive body contact with the client. And I went, oh, dude, if you consider passive body contact more intimate, this is off the charts intimate.
I don't know if they see how much of a dance it is. That's what they're trying to like fall into it, and they keep getting stopped because they're not realizing it's a two-person thing. It's like there's engagement that has to happen. Like they're looking to try to zone out, and then they keep getting surprised with somebody's body there, and it makes sense what they're saying. It's just a dance.
There's a cultural context, and I talk about this. Students were laughing at me the other day because to talk about massage culture in the United States, and there is a culture. I don't care what people say, there is a culture. The culture is different from city to city, state to state, and then country to country. Just like music and food, there's a culture. There's a culture. I never expect to make Vietnamese cuisine as well as people in Vietnam with all the nuances in their Vietnamese cuisine. Like, the most I can do is if I invite friends over who are Vietnamese, I make Vietnamese food, and they go, wow, this is like really fucking good for a white guy. And I'm like, good. The deal is, the culture of mat-based work is different. And one of the things, are you ready? My vision of a next level pain relief clinic is there are no private rooms. It's one big rectangle, like a yoga studio. There are 4 or 5 suspensions across the room with 4 or 5 therapists working on 4 or 5 clients, publicly close on. When I say that to someone in our industry, there's no fucking way. And I go,
well, yeah, they can't see that.
They're like, that's impossible. And I'm like, okay.
And you know what? They said the same thing to me when it was my turn to do the foot with a female that was probably about 105 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm not small. it's an art all day. You know?
It's so more intimate, but it's like in a weird way, what I'm teaching is next level pain relief is almost perfect for American culture. Almost perfect. But the difference is what got structured into massage curriculum and what got structured into our architecture and what got structured into our regulation was the massage culture from Northern Europe, Swedish and deep tissue. And they look at what I'm doing and they're like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, the future. And they're like, no, this is. And it's like, because you were encultured in this one kind of tradition and my tradition came from Southeast Asia. That's what the difference is. I'm like, listen, does it help people in chronic pain? Yes. Is it effortless for the therapist? Yes. Does it keep massage therapists safer? And does it desexualize the massage service? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, cool. So what's the problem? And they're like, this is fucking weird. And I'm like, yes, because I had a vision. Like, everybody goes, no, the people want a room in private. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, people don't want their body on display like it is at Stretch Lab, on display like it is at Stretch Zone, on display like it is like at a dance studio, on display like it is in a yoga class. And they're like, no, you're changing. And I'm like, yes. I'm not going to apologize for innovating an industry. If you refuse to come along, just get left behind.
It's many of them are not isolating that specialized modality, like a lot of them. Like, I'd rather bring them all together myself, but there really isn't anybody truly specializing. You know what I mean? Like, focus like you.
So, man, okay. Brand. I do this all the time. For shoes, it's Nike, Reebok, and Adidas. We all know they sell shoes. We all know they sell athletic wear. I go, what's the difference? And they're like, I don't understand. What do you mean? And I'm like, okay, these are distinct brands. These brands mean something. And I go, the same students in class, they hate this. They hate discussing business the way I discuss it. They go, okay, okay, guys, listen, y'all want to go to lunch? They're like, yeah. I'm like, can we go get a hamburger? And I'm like, cool, where I want to go. And they're like, what a burger? And I'm like, what about In-N-Out? Fuck In-N-Out. I hate In-N-Out. Whataburger, In-N-Out, Fuddruckers, Hop Dotties, McDonald's, Burger King, Five Guys Burgers and Fries, Freddy's Frozen Custard. All serve hamburger, fry, and drink experiences. It's all hamburgers. They're all uniquely distinct brands. And then I go, now, tell me what brands exist in the massage industry. And they're like, what? Like, what do you mean? And I'm like, give me a brand in the massage industry. And they're like, Massage Envy. I'm like, cool. What's another one? They're like, Elements. All right. Woodhouse. All right. And I go, cool. What's the difference? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, they're all just selling massage. It's no difference.
So that's what I wanted to mention. So the upselling thing, on my note, is kind of preventing the specialization. But what I've noticed is that Elements was basically the only one that's truly focused.
What is Elements focused on?
Just massage. That's all I've seen.
Oh, okay.
In there.
Yeah.
I was shocked because I thought they were all like Massage Envy when I first even was introduced to any of it. I thought they were all the, facials, wax, whatever, all the things that they didn't even have in there yet. Yeah. I thought they had. And it did, and I was just like, why are they incorporating? I got hung up on the name, the envy part. Yeah. I did not like that being with massage. Yeah. I didn't like that negative breeding of feeling from a name of I didn't like it. Yeah. It was arrogant, if you ask me. So
one of the things that's happened, if you've looked at Massage Envy's marketing, have you noticed where their ads have like changed a little bit, where it's like, it's about me.
Mm-hmm. Pampering.
It's about me. And here's the thing, like McDonald's, I look at this, man, I think about it. How old are you, Antoine?
42.
Oh, okay, so we're similar age. When I was a kid, McDonald's was a big deal, and all the kids wanted to play on like the playground. You wanted to get like a Happy Meal with a little toy in it, And then all these unique like hamburger, fry, and a drink experiences came along, and like McDonald's started adding a healthy salad. Because nothing made you think about McDonald's like a healthy salad. And then McDonald's added crazy coffee drinks to compete with Starbucks, and they had a Frappuccino or I don't know, whatever coffee drinks they serve. Then like people started serving breakfast food at Starbucks, so they're competing with people getting their morning coffee. So basically, instead of focusing on what McDonald's did best, which is a hamburger, fried, a drink, like a Happy Meal sort of thing, the playground, they got away from their core offer, and the marketplace like diversified. Like when you go to Hop Dotties is a place here in Austin. I don't know if they have places outside, but it's like, I think it might be grass fed. They got crazy, like their sodas are all sweetened with cane sugar, not high fructose corn syrup. Yeah. There's all this, they have truffle fries, and it's like, it'll cost $39 for a hamburger, fry, and a drink.
What is it called again?
Hop Dotties. It's a local place here in Austin. I'm not sure if they're out of state, but anyway, there's room in the marketplace for these unique hamburger experiences, just like there's room in the marketplace for unique bodywork experiences. When I ask about brands in the industry, they always go to massage. I'm like, cool. Then they go, well, there's modalities. And I go, yeah, a modality is a failed brand. And they go, wait, what? I'm like, where's the myofascial release studio? Where's the Arasti studio? And Arasti is only taught to like chiropractors and physical therapists, by the way. because we're an elite brand. We're not with
Don't you
those.
hear the
We're
word?
not with those lowly massage therapists. Like, trigger point therapy. Where's the trigger point therapy studio? And they're like, dude, those are all modalities. In other words, they think that massage is the umbrella, and then all those modalities are underneath. And I'm like, if you talk
I know what you mean.
If you talk to CrossFitters, I get a Rosti because I'm a bad motherfucker. I get a Rosti. I'll get that massage. Like, here's when I knew there was a problem. Remember I talked about McDonald's getting away from its core hamburger, fry, drinking experience? When Massage Envy added facial services, and then Massage Envy added their own stretch service called Strato, I was like, it's the beginning of the end. It's coming.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? And it's like, McDonald's is trying to be everything to everyone. That's what Massage Envy is now trying to do. It's like they have skewered the market, but I don't think they're ever going to do stretch therapy as well as Stretch Lab and Stretch Zone. And I don't think they're going to do facial services as well as like other companies. They're getting away from this one thing they do and do really well to like, we got to keep up with competition. And it's like, instead of thinking of competing, like, good God. To see massage therapists go, it's like on their menu of services, they're massage and stretch.
As if there's a separation.
And I'm like, why do you do that? And they're like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, instead of the stretch being a part of the massage service, you've got it as a separate service. Why? And they're like, well, I just thought, like people are looking for that stretch stuff, but then they get a massage with me. So they get a massage and stretch, like basically they've allowed these people to come inside the industry from outside, codify this new service. And now the massage therapist thinks they're going to compete with Stretch Lab and Stretch Zone instead of creating the new service. And the new service is Next Level Pain Relief. And they're like, no, you like, this is, and I'm like, the future, correct.
And it's weird because it's kind of weird that, and you said the stretch thing and Massage Envy was a new thing, like within the last 5 years?
So I don't know exact dates. I would say yes. But somewhere in there. Yeah, they added Strato. It's their patented like stretch service. They've even got at
Probably a COVID precaution.
At some Envies, they have personal trainers or yoga teachers working at the Massage Envy, and all they do is the stretch service.
Oh, so they're trying to phase them out before the robots even have a chance.
I would have conversations like Lisa is working on basically a Next Level Pain Relief clinic, and as Lisa's working on it, she's like trying to figure out my vision and like language. And I go, do you like your stretch therapy, but would you like it to be next level? And she's like, oh. And I'm like, dude, we're pushing past what Stretch Lab and Stretch Zone are doing. And it's like, they got half the formula right. The massage therapists are like, no, we want it. And I'm like, cool, just continue to dig your fucking heels in and continue to deliver that Swedish. And don't get me wrong, there is a market for that service.
Inside of a brick and mortar.
There's room. There's room for that service. But like I what makes you unique? And they're like,
yeah, that's a rough question to ask people.
I'm special. And I'm like, I know we're all special, but it's like, to the public, you're doing the same massage. Like, okay, you're an independent therapist at Massage Envy. Why does the public go to Massage Envy?
I never figured it out, honestly.
Because customers trust big business more than they trust independent small business.
Oh, okay, so it's still kind of core and fundamental.
I'm gonna say something really crude. Do guys call Massage Envies looking for hand jobs?
Another thing I don't know.
No, because it is a large franchise that has built consumer trust. So the public knows that they're going to get an actual massage and that there's a low cost option for a membership, which allows me to go in and get my once a month massage from a legitimate place, that there's nothing untoward going on. Are they going to take a risk going to an independent provider who works out of his home?
Not if they don't know how to choose their therapist. Yeah.
And the thing is, in Austin, there's this thing. Have you ever heard "Keep Austin Weird"?
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Keep Austin Weird is essentially a business slogan for small local businesses in Austin. Keep Austin Weird was like, don't go to these big franchises, come to our small, unique, businesses. Why? Coffee existed all over the United States before Starbucks. Why did Starbucks take over?
I want to say simplicity.
One, they had a drive-through.
That's it?
Well, I mean, not all, but one. Did other coffee places have a drive-through?
See, that's what I'm not seeing right now. I don't remember when Dutch Brothers came out. That was after Starbucks. Yeah, I don't know.
And then the deal is, like, I look at this, like, I love these conversations because I just dig apart trying to understand, what the deal is. Nobody seems to think that Starbucks has the best coffee, but probably Starbucks sells the most. And it's like, why do customers continue to go to Starbucks? And it's like, that mocha frappe or whatever drink they're getting is almost exactly the same at every Starbucks. I can go to another state and go get the exact same drink, and I don't have to deal with this small independent place making it differently. And this isn't what I wanted. This particular uniform, homogenous experience I get just at Starbucks. It's the same at every Starbucks. It's the same at every McDonald's. I can go to any McDonald's and the hamburger is going to be almost exactly the same. Big business has learned, are you ready? They've learned how to reduce consumer anxiety.
Or desensitize them to it.
Because now I can go to any Massage Envy, and even though I'm going to get a different therapist, we know there's a little difference. It's still going to generally be the same structure, same duration, same massage, same table, cream, glide, and nudity. It's the same massage. They don't have to deal with somebody like me coming in and being weird. Does it make sense? That thing is like why consumers choose large brands. They need the reduction in anxiety that comes from, like, they know exactly what they're getting. They make a brand choice. Here in Texas, Whataburger is king. It doesn't matter that it's now owned by people in Chicago. If you go, hey, you want to get a hamburger? Yeah, let's go to Whataburger. And I'm like, what about In-N-Out? And they're like, fuck In-N-Out. I hate In-N-Out. I hate their fries. And I'm like, these same people who tell me brand, that's bullshit. Brand, that's bullshit. I'm like, cool, y'all want to get a hamburger? And they're like, Whataburger. And I'm like, mm-hmm.
I mean, there's not too many burger joints that are cutting their fries from the fucking potato, dude. Like, In-N-Out wins. Does Whataburger do that, or do they got crinkle fries?
Well, there's some kind of processed thing. I don't think they're doing what In-N-Out is doing, like manually cutting the fries in the facility. I think they do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in the end, the discussion about big brands is, I think, for instance, I look at Amazon all the time. People hate Jeff Bezos, but everybody's got Amazon boxes all over their doorstep. Yeah. I hate Amazon. And it's like, what are all these? Well, I mean, it was like cheaper, better, faster, quicker, more accessible.
I think it might be because we're watching them share one feeling for two different time terms, like short and long. That's what I'm looking at when I see that. Because, I mean, it could be cognitive dissonance, but really, I think they're just sharing that one feeling throughout bouncing around short and long-term satisfaction. Because honestly, I don't hear I hate Amazon, but I hear people bitching about it all the time.
And it's
and calling their delivery people monsters just because they're on their camera.
Yeah. So basically, Bezos had an idea. And like, I would ask this. I'm going to give 2 examples real quick in business. Why didn't Walmart create Amazon?
I think it could be just a real estate thing, or yeah.
And why? You ready? Why didn't Blockbuster create Netflix?
I feel like it was the same reason.
So I'll give you a quick story, and you can go look this up to verify it. Netflix in its early years met with Blockbuster and said, hey, you guys have all these physical like distribution hubs. We want to handle your online distribution. And Blockbuster laughed them out of the room and said that people liked running into their neighbor at the local Blockbuster and picking up some popcorn. Blockbuster laughed Netflix out of the room and basically told Netflix, even if you do it well, we're just going to use our money and scale and like scale up our own online platform and run you guys out of business. What happened?
Yeah, they crumble.
I'm like,
all of their movies were inside the B movie bin.
They look at what I'm doing. They're like, there's no fucking way. And I'm like, Blockbuster will never support Netflix.
Not even after the fact.
I'm like, guys, I'm like, Robert, I tell myself this when I have coffee in the morning. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what people say about you. It's like, here's the Jeff Bezos model. Quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible. Quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible. Quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible. Like, if you do that, you win. The business that gives the customers more value wins. They're like, but you're teaching online. And I'm like, no. I teach in person as well. But like, why wouldn't I want to supplement and give you more information? And they're like, this is madness. And I'm like, you don't think the people at Blockbuster thought the people at Netflix were mad? There is a sign at Walmart headquarters. There is a big banner that says, you cannot out Amazon. Because Walmart figured out that they fucked up, that they never considered. They're like, well, we own real estate. People come in, we have a trucking, like, why didn't we think to send stuff in the mail? And it's like,
dude, all of the Walmarts, they still don't do the RV thing. Over in Arizona, or northern Arizona, that Walmart over there, I mean, that was probably the biggest one. It was a Denny's, it was by the highway. It was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And yet none of the other Walmarts considered that doing that was a better idea than shutting down supercenters. I mean, if they're going to be there anyways and conglomerate during the day, let them stay overnight, be your customer base for the 24-hour period, and then you don't have to shut it down.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Us little guys know what the hell's going on. And all they're doing is reacting to the bigger little guys. We just have to figure out how to move faster with technology, man. Or at least the processes that the world goes off of. Like the real estate thing is making sense to me because ultimately that's the way you're going to be able to build a very big business.
Dude,
very fast.
Yeah, franchise is a model, and I've had this conversation with students where basically I'm teaching a CE class. The 10 students in class start to complain about capitalism. They're being taken advantage of and ground under the boot heels of these capitalists. And then 2, they don't like the owners. Fuck that owner. They're just taking advantage of me and my labor and whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'll go with you to a point. So why don't you guys open a cooperative? And they're like, wait, what? I'm like, okay, so generally speaking, a cooperative, 6 of you get together, you split the rent, and now you're an owner cooperative. The rent gets paid. The 6 of you have studio space. You're sharing front desk staff. You're sharing software. You're splitting some of the advertising costs or whatever. And they go, yeah, that's what we want to do. And then a week later, they're like, yeah, I can't work with Sally. I don't like her.
Okay.
I can't work with Rod. This is a problem. And I'm like, and it falls apart. And it's like, because you don't have the fucking balls to get together, work together, cooperate, and do the hard fucking shit that a business owner has to do to work with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
this is tunnel vision.
Well, there's a reason why there's not that there's none, by the way. It's not that there's no cooperatives. They do exist, but it takes therapists working together to create it. And do massage therapists work together? They're like herding cats at best.
Some of them is like herding chickens.
It's like, the thing is, there's room, and don't get me wrong, I have my own critiques of capitalism in a number of ways. I have my own critiques of like business facilities. I just taught a class, another next level pain relief class here in Austin in my studio. And a student at some point is like, I don't understand. Can I go get a job doing this? And I'm like, no. And they're like, what?
Job?
And I'm like, guys, I've been teaching this shit in the most progressive city in Texas for 15 fucking years. Yeah. No, you cannot practice what I teach in its full expression in any massage franchise in the United States. End of fucking story. Next. And they're like, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, listen, if you innovate so far that you're told that what you teach is not massage, what does that mean?
The more separation.
And they're like, Robert's crazy. And I'm like, yes, absolutely. Verifiable. Let's get the shrinks and the psychiatrists to come in and put me on medication. The difference is I had a vision and went, why don't we make this better for the clients and better for the therapists? And that better is mat-based. Mat-based work is the future of the massage industry. And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay. Okay, Blockbuster.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And all their customers are going to be paying monthly.
Dude, we only recently in the last couple years got to this point. The students are doing what I'm teaching. They do the NLPR level 1. They're getting client feedback. And the clients are like, dude, this shit's fucking amazing. What the fuck? Like, why aren't massage therapists doing this? And when students, not what my clients said, which they've said forever, they're like, why aren't massage therapists doing this? And I'm like, I'm teaching it as fast as I can. They go, dude, but this actually solves the fucking problem. The massage is just like rubbing oil on me. And I'm like, I would like you to know that Robert Gardner and its subsidiaries, Robert Gardner Wellness, did not say this. The client said it. Now that the students' clients are saying it, they're coming back to me and they're like, I don't understand. The clients love this. And I go, yes. Did you think I was lying? Did you think I just made the whole fucking thing up? And they're like, yeah, but you're an asshole. I'm like, yes, we've discussed the fact that I'm crazy and an asshole. What does that have to do with my business acumen?
Everything to these people.
Bad, your information, your mouth, your face is unwanted. It's like they try to make rejection their defense mechanism. And they don't realize that there's too many people out here that have been hardened to where that doesn't affect them. They don't understand when you're telling them the truth. They won't. All they're going to see is you convincing them of something that they have no idea about, which is shattering their reality. I definitely want to do something, dude. Like, what is it? Because I know that's part of the client problem too. I know it. Because just like with clients, it's probably the same scenario with students as far as teachers go. And like, how's the student angle coming in? Like, how does that? Because I mean, the student part can't be about brand if they're coming to learn about it, right? They're doing it for their own brand.
So I don't think the students, for the most part, the conversations. Can you not hear me? So what were we saying about like the student angle?
Yeah, like, I mean, because I know acquiring clients is one thing, and that's that's really brand heavy on attraction. But as far as students and people who actually like want to learn to even just to add that simple skill onto their arsenal, like what's the driving factor of getting students?
So
besides education.
Well, okay, I'm gonna ask some really brutal questions.
Nice.
Now, one, people will. Are you familiar with George Carlin?
Yeah.
Okay, so people will do this sometimes. They're like, Robert, you are very negative. You are very negative about massage therapists, and I'm like, oh, hold on. I teach massage therapists because this is my chosen field and industry. I'm very negative about humanity. I think if we work at it, we might develop a culture. I am like George Carlin. I am watching humanity circle the drain, and I just laugh. I just find it fucking humorous. I don't give two shits. I'll make my contribution, and it will be accepted or rejected or whatever humanity does. But you think I'm negative about massage therapists. I don't have conversations with you about politics, religion, and other things, because if you think my opinions on the massage industry make you angry, oh, you're going to love the rest of them about the rest of humanity. Now, do American citizens care about education?
Seems like they're more worried about the source of where it's coming from.
What are people doing on social media? Are we using the most potent communication tool in existence to educate people?
Not everybody.
Are we using artificial intelligence and conversations with AI to educate? How's the public education system going in America? And they're like, you're a fucking asshole. And I'm like, you keep saying that like it's going to bother me. Like, guys, I've been called an asshole since I was in elementary school. In the end, when massage therapists come in for classes, in my experience, they want something that's inexpensive, something that is quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible. Quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible. They're coming in because they need CE credit. If I tomorrow said I'm no longer offering CE credit, what would happen to my educational business in this industry?
Nobody would come.
Why?
Because they're only trying to keep up with that image of keeping their CEUs going. Because
the state has passed rules and regs that mean that I have to conform to give them CEs, even in terms of the structure of my education, because they don't want to pay for CE and education. The average American massage therapist is as interested in education as the average human on earth is, which is not very. We have access to the fucking internet. I used to think the problem was that people didn't have access to information. People have access to information now. That wasn't the problem. I was wrong. Now,
like you said, you were one of those ones that said that people had, not everybody has the economics to be able to support that. The poor people. Yeah.
It's like the therapists come in Austin because I'm local. It's down the street. I have apprentices who are signing up with me right now because I have sort of a hybrid model after COVID. Some of it's hands-on, some of it's on cameras. Some people are in Dallas and they drive down. Some people in Oklahoma and they drive down. Other people are in Illinois. How often during the year is somebody from Illinois going to come in and see me?
Not often. Once a year,
we're talking live. Normally, I have 4 cameras. They're mounted on my walls. I'm pressing buttons on my camera switcher, switching camera angles live inside Zoom, teaching people in Illinois. And they're like, yeah, but it's not hands-on. And I'm like, okay, come to a hands-on class or come to Austin and train with me. And I'm structuring this in the apprenticeship. People are signing up from various states and jurisdictions and locations. It's working, but I'm adding more hands-on components. When I talk to these students, I just had a phone call. It was one of the reasons we met a little bit later. I had a conversation with a student in Oklahoma. And I told them, I was like, listen, I'm going to let you inside my business for just a second. I live in Austin. I've been teaching here for 15 years. I have at the moment, I don't think any apprentices in Austin. And they're like, what? And I'm like, there are students who live down the street who could come study with me who do not. And she's like, why? And I'm like, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
If it's cheaper and it's more accessible, what does their notion of its status and prestige do?
I guess they don't know, so they wouldn't do anything.
So I'm trying to think of, I don't know, Drake. I'm not a huge like Drake fan, but like Drake is huge. I see stuff about him all the time. Drake this, Drake that. If you were going to go to Drake's house and Drake was going to perform a private concert just for you, oh my God, it's Drake. But for local massage therapists in Austin, they're like, yeah, that's just Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just lives down the fucking street. I would have more students in Austin if I lived in Hollywood and I just flew in on occasion. Well, Robert Gardner's coming. He's from Hollywood. Robert Gardner lives in Hollywood. It's very prestigious. Lots of status. The fact that I live down the street, I'm getting more students from other cities and states than I am from the city I live in. Because in addition to CEs, therapists are taking the classes that they are taking based on their notions of what they want to build in their practice in terms of status and prestige.
Right.
It's a huge motivating force that students don't absolutely see. And I'm not saying all of them are that way, by the way. But it's like, basically, if you're a therapist and your client base is so busy that you're booked out for 3 months, nobody can book a session with you for 3 months. What happens to your client base?
I mean, they stay or go.
There's this thing that happens where people want it more because they can't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's prestigious. I go, listen, everything you want is on my membership vault for $7 a month. And they're like, well, then it's not special. It doesn't give me the status and prestige that I want. Why would somebody joining a $7 a month membership give them status and prestige? It's like having a Netflix membership. Does it matter? Not
until it matters.
Well, here, dude, I've had this conversation with therapists and I go, listen, like, the video is available. I can turn on cameras. I can literally in 5 minutes shift my entire thing, turn on cameras and live stream on YouTube for free. Who cares? Mm-hmm. No one. Because there's no status and prestige to getting the same information anybody else can get. They want the private training in Jamaica. I went to Jamaica. I was in the Blue Mountains in Jamaica at Strawberry Hill with Robert Gardner, training in next level pain relief. That status and prestige shit, it destroys me mentally. Because I go, okay, so what you're saying is you want hands-on. Yes. And what that hands-on means is I'm now limited to like 10 students or 20 students. I'm like, okay, so what you're saying is you want everything to be more expensive and less available. And they're like, no, that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying I want hands-on. And I'm like, you just said that you want it to be more expensive and less available. And they're like, no, I want it to be hands-on. And I'm like, am I using language in some way that like doesn't make sense to people? Like, okay, listen,
yeah.
I understand that you want to be in the fucking stands at the football game, but for most people, they can't access it, so they just watch it on TV. Like, it's not the same. It's not the same experience, but it's like, do you want it or not?
There's a belief thing there that they're hitting. So. I mean, honestly, I don't know how you come across these people. I could put them in a situation where they can get everything that they expect in their mind and put a $25,000 tag on it, probably. I don't know how to find those people, and I don't know what triggers them.
Yeah.
But it sounds like, I mean, it sounds like they're trying to tell you what they want, dude. And it sounds like they want a fucking retreat where they get to learn Thai massage.
Well, and here's the challenge. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I am trying to set massage therapists free.
True.
And remove cost as a factor. And remove geographic proximity as a factor and location as a factor. And they're like, no, but it has to be sacred and hands-on. And I'm like, so fly to Austin. And they're like, but that's like really time consuming and expensive. And I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm trying to tell you that I can stream to 10,000 people a day and teach them. And they're like, no, but I want to be special. And I'm like, so take out your checkbook or credit card and pay me.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I got to this point where during COVID, I was using my multicam and teaching. It was working. Things have shifted post-COVID. We're kind of regrouping and retooling the membership. I still have, or apprenticeship, I should say. I still got a membership with my, recordings online for $7 a month, where that stuff is still available to students. But the students in a class I just taught, that they paid, they'll pay $400 to come in person in Austin for 2 days to take NLPR level 1. They're getting their CEs, they're getting hands-on, they're getting all the things they're asking for. I would go, guys, let's push the edges of massage education. You ready? Let's do the following. I want you to help me figure out how we're going to advertise and market my online membership so that I get 10,000 members. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer you CE classes, hands-on, in person, but the classes are now free. And they're like, wait, what? I don't understand. I'm like, okay, you guys came in, you paid $400, right? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, when do you want class for free? And they're like, yeah, but I want hands-on. And I'm like, okay, I'm telling you that you live in Austin. You can come and train with me for free. The in-person class, hands-on, in Austin, is now free. There's only space for 10 people, but it's free. And they're like, but I don't understand. I'm like, guys, if I have 10,000 members paying me $7 a month, I'm making $70,000 a month. $70,000 a month is $840,000 a year. Once I make $840,000 a year, fuck it, your class is now free in my studio in Austin. And they're like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm like, yes, now I can go buy the shopping center.
When they finally understand.
But basically, because it's free, they're like, this doesn't make any, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense because you're looking at how other educators do it, and I don't give a fuck how other educators are doing it. I'm pushing into the goddamn future. Like, this is ridiculous. I want
it to be more than that.
I can live stream. I am not lying to you. I went into a massage educators group years ago and said, listen, I can live stream for 4 camera angles from my studio. I would be happy to stream for free to your school to teach on any subject that the students want. I got 0 responses. I can literally do this. Every massage school in America can have a big screen TV on a wall, and I can live stream to every massage school in America simultaneously. There is no interest in what I just said. They're like, no, we don't. And I'm like, yes, I know you don't like it. You've passed laws to try to prevent what I'm doing. Because in Texas, you can't give hands-on instruction online for CE. Robert Gardner's business is primarily flipping from 4 camera angles and teaching globally. The state of Texas does not allow a CE provider in Texas to teach hands-on instruction online for CE. It is forbidden. And I go, why? I'll say this to students in class. Why can I not teach hands-on? Well, everybody knows that hands-on is best. Absolutely.
Why do they keep doing that?
Doing what?
This hands-on. What's the alternative?
Because they went to a brick and mortar school And brick and mortar schools helped pass regulations, and brick and mortar schools saying, no, we own this shit. This is ours. If you want to get in line, you get in line behind us. And I go, cool, I can live stream to every massage therapist on earth simultaneously. And they're like, no, you can't give CE credit that way. And I go, why? And they're like, well, the massage therapists go, everybody knows it's better in person. I go, absolutely, it's better in person. Come to Austin. I just offered students in Austin classes for free, and they're still bitching because it's like,
how did you offer it? How did you offer it?
Because if they help me get 10,000 members, all my CE classes in person are now free. I don't charge for CE.
They have to do more work to get more value.
All they have to do is take the link to my membership and share it. Help me balloon 10,000. And I go, listen, Rob? Listen what? Say it again.
All they have to do. That line is a big ball of control.
Basically, in an in-person class in Texas, I would ask students, why does the state of Texas not allow hands-on instruction online for CE? And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, listen, the same class that I'm teaching right here, I could live stream, but I can't give you CE credit in Texas. If you're a Texas therapist, you can't get CE this way because it's a hands-on topic. I go, why? And they're like, we don't know. And I'm like, because if the state of Texas allowed me to give CE credit for hands-on instruction online, I would give away CE credit to every Texas massage therapist for free forever for the rest of my fucking life and destroy the entire CE market. Because your CEs don't cost anymore. Now, do schools want to compete with a guy in his fucking studio streaming on the internet? No. So how do we prevent it? We pass laws against it.
And hope you obey. But that's all they got.
And it's like, no, I refuse. I'm going to give people information, and if you don't like what people are doing with that information, it has nothing to do with me. I'm just streaming on the internet, just giving it away.
But if people are trying to learn with flawed perception, it makes me wonder how much are you forcing your message through to why they should learn it, receive it, whatever. Like, if they're thinking that these laws are there to protect, if they stay within the laws of things, whether they know it or not, they're going to everything outside of that. They're going to keep resisting just because.
Why would a brick and mortar industry of massage schools? Why would Blockbuster support Netflix?
Other than seeing the future, no, there's no reason.
Okay, just to give you an idea, and people, if people are listening to this and you're not in the massage industry, you get to understand this a little bit. Why can I, as a massage therapist in Texas, a therapist who's been working for 23 years, I have 3 licenses in Texas, I'm a nationally certified provider, I'm a longstanding member of AMTA and ABMP. Why can I not take an individual student, train them, and as long as they can pass the NBLEX, they can get a massage license?
I think they're just protecting human trafficking.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Robert, we have to protect the public. And I'm like, okay, but they can pass the NBLEX and they're training with me. Certainly as a massage therapist with 23 years experience, I could train somebody in the basics they needed to become a massage therapist. Why can I not? And it's like, the reason I can't do it is because schools pass laws to block competition. It's wonderful when you're the old line and you get to make the laws and block competition. And I go, cool.
I mean, the big boys, the big education boys, they've done it in some way. The college boys, they pulled that same move off and it trickled its way down to us. And honestly, it's still fragmented. They still don't have it together, Rob. Like, there's still a way to get through. Instead of massage schools contacting me and going, hey, how can we push our business into the future? I'm like, cool. I'm going to come into your school. I'm going to install cameras. You're going to start your own membership for your school. So you're going to make the membership available to people who are not in your school currently, but you're going to allow all current students access for free. And when those students, because they've gone through your program, they get access for free a year after school. After that, they can start to pay. But we're going to dual your income stream. We're going to make it from students, and then we're going to make it from your live stream, your membership. And they're like, what? And I go,
okay, like you're in Texas. Why wouldn't you want students from Alaska signing up for your online program so you can make additional money streaming on the internet? And they're like, no, we can't have cameras. That's a liability issue. And I'm like, why is that a liability issue? And they're like, well, Robert, this isn't how we do things. And I'm like, all right, Blockbuster.
Mm-hmm. It just comes right back to the unevolved, you know, and it's, if there's a way to get it all through. Cause honestly, if we can figure out how, what reason do they have to even learn anything more than what they already did, or more even better, how they learn? Because I'm starting to realize the way you're talking and the way that I'm hearing a lot of massage therapists talk, they skip the clinical part. They skip the clinical. It's almost like they only sat in class with their stupid little scrubs on. And like, I went to a school where I dressed like you. I still kind of do. You know, I wish I had scrub pants at least, but like, it wasn't medical. And I think they're trying to mirror this medical acceptance thing, and it's trickled down so far. But I think if you were to figure out wholly why these people want to learn, why do they need to receive, and why they need to open their mind to it, I think that's the angle. I think that's how it works. Hello?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, I don't feel downtrodden. The thing is like, my ideas have not fully produced fruit yet. I saw a quote from an entrepreneur the other day, and they said, listen, most entrepreneurs just quit in year 2 when they have to go to year 10. And I'm like, it's like, my bank accounts and bank statements right now don't mean shit. Give me another 10 years. It is 2025. What does the massage industry look like in 2035?
Oh, we're dominating.
It looks like it looks a lot like Next Level Pain Relief. This
is my 10-year mark. This is my 10-year mark right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as fragmented as the finances was as far as revenue goes and what service it actually was, because I was all over the place, but I needed to make sure that I stayed afloat. And it compensated for not learning business in massage school. I already had somewhat of a knack for it, but there's a business part that's missing, and I think it's really just creativity in the end for massage there. Why they quit after 2 years? I quit as soon. I basically quit wanting to massage in a situation as soon as I got out of school. But what happened was, before I started school, I partnered with a 25-year massage therapist in her garage studio, which was large enough for both of us, ironically, because she had a 98-degree salt-treated pool in the actual garage, and it had a bathroom. It was almost like a little mechanic's garage.
Yeah.
And that was the first 6 months. I was at school and working with her, helping her with her clients at the same time. And then Awaken Healing came, and 2 years later, once we separated, I already knew what to do. It was all like, all right, she's gone. I know what I know, and I'm going to take what I know and match it with the things that I feel and run with it. And I'm always going to get friction just because of how I look, but there's always going to be some way for me to compare self-awareness to healing and just streamline the entire thing. Because one thing I've noticed is that if I chose the right words correctly and understood what needed to be understood in that moment, that person can heal without me touching them. Call it a verbal Reiki. But there's something I need to do with my voice that heals. And I probably didn't find my voice until I went to massage school. Like, I had no voice until then.
I tell students sometimes that I'm not trying to, like, make them do exactly what I say. I'm trying to get them to explore and create the niche bodywork services of the future. Like, what do you want to do? And when I say that, they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you have a license. You can put hands on people. Now, what do you want to do? And it's like, well, basically, I just want to be a massage therapist and make money. And it's like, okay, but like, How long are the sessions? What kind of techniques do you use? What stands out about it? Are you using social media to promote? Do you become a rock star in the industry? How much money are you making a year? Do you want to open a facility? And they're like, dude, I don't know. And it's like, I'm not trying to make you just have a next level pain relief practice. There's some people will, and that's great. I want to work with them, but it's like, I would ask them this. I'm like, okay, where's the Lomi Lomi? Lomi is almost the opposite end. Table cream, glide, nudity. Where's the Lomi practices in Austin? And they're like, well, Robert, it's like a small. And I'm like, exactly. Where's Lomi zone?
Yeah. Where's their box?
Where's Lomi envy? And they're like, I'm like, guys, it's a legitimate technique. Why there's massage and not much else. Nothing else exists. Like, guys,
dude, I've watched these guys massage out here.
Yeah, I've sat and gone, listen, the mat, and they're like, you're insane, and I go, man, I get called insane or an asshole, like it's gonna have some effect on me emotionally. I'm like, guys, this is a totally legitimate way of solving a massage problem in the United States, and they're like, no, but go ahead. Well, we've never seen anybody do this, and I go, correct. And nobody'd ever seen Netflix, and nobody'd ever seen Amazon. Quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible. Quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible. What's the downside to that model? Is it quicker? Is it better? Is it faster? Is it cheaper? Is it more accessible? And I'm like, Robert, fuck them. You continue doing exactly what you just said and watch what happens.
And honestly, I can't really agree with the cheaper part fully, just simply because it all depends on the target.
Well, hold on. Pay. So when I say it's cheaper, what I'm talking about is the membership.
Oh, okay. The $7?
Yeah. No. So don't get me wrong. I'll still have in-person classes in Jamaica, and I want to bring you along, Antoine. You ever been to Jamaica?
I haven't been anywhere but Iraq.
Kingston is amazing. I love Jamaican culture. It was amazing. Like, we got to go to the Bob Marley Museum, and it was great. Like, Strawberry Hill is owned by, is it Michael Blackwell? I think it's this. He was the guy who owned Island Records with Bob Marley and the Wailers. So when you go around the estate, it's like there's pictures of all the Rastas and reggae artists, and gold and platinum.
Def Jam.
Yeah, gold and platinum records from all their albums and stuff. It was just absolutely just idyllic. The Jamaicans were wonderful people. I just had a wonderful response there. It's like, do I not want to have classes in Jamaica? Of course I do. The problem is we just created a situation where 99.9% of the entire market of therapists I'm trying to reach in the United States can't afford to go. Unless we have Starlink and I just live stream the whole class to everybody who's not there in person. Quicker, better, faster, cheaper, and more accessible.
See, it's what people are getting. Okay, here we go. I mean, it's the service product problem. There's a thick line between service and product. And services are a hell of a lot harder because it's not tangible. So we have to, as service people, try to find a way to put some more icing on whatever we do without diluting it. If not put more icing on it and have the icing bring more to everything that's already moving forward. It's going to be hard to keep education on that trajectory. And that's kind of why I do say screw education as far as informing people of how to reframe how they see this.
Well, I mean, okay. So there's a thing that happens with like early adopters. The early adopters are like the true believers. Simon Sinek has this great thing on a TED Talk you can find where he talks about like mass market saturation. To hit mass market saturation, you have to get 15 to 18% of the marketplace. Is the United States even remotely close to 15 to 18% of the massage marketplace being mat-based?
No, it's too fragmented.
We're less than 1%. We haven't even hit early adopter status yet. We're still in the innovator phase.
And we don't even know where we're innovating from in order to fundamentalize everything.
1%. 1%.
Yeah, I know.
Way less than 1%. I'll ask massage therapists, what percentage of the massage industry is currently mat-based? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, there's 100% of massage therapists. What percentage of those massage therapists have a mat-based practice? And they're like, well, I don't know, like 5%? I'm like, fuck no. 1%, if we were lucky.
Yeah.
If we were lucky.
Yeah.
It's less than 1%. And they're like, no, there's no way. And I'm like, guys, most people are herd animals. You only want to do it when you've seen other people do it successfully. The reason why everybody else wants an iPhone is because they saw the 15 to 18% of the early adopters talk about how great their iPhone was and stand in line and say, I also want an iPhone because now it's socially acceptable. And as part of this herd, I'm going to be a special person and buy an iPhone.
Yeah.
That is how humanity works. End of story. Listen, you have to create it. I'm still looking for the early adopters. When I say quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible, I'm still providing education. I'm still providing education in person. I'm still traveling around the United States. I allow people to come train with me in person. I have an apprenticeship structure that allows people to work with me less expensively, and they're in Illinois. They're going to fly in once a year, do a 6-hour hands-on training in addition to the online supplementation that I'm doing. And all of the online stuff, quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible, is a supplement. I want the students to study with me in person. The problem is I want to train all 300,000 massage therapists in the U.S. And to do that requires quicker, better, faster, cheaper, and more accessible.
Well, you got to know which 300,000 you said?
On average, I'm making up numbers based on some basic research. There's 300,000 therapists in the U.S., give or take.
You got to know who those 300,000 are. Start with the smallest big group of that 300,000. Or excuse me, the biggest small group of that 300,000. Because honestly, it can be broken down. It may take time, but I mean, it's about who, man. You got to add a sixth finger and make that who. Because honestly, there is. Okay, let me ask you this, and you can edit this if you want to or not. But I want to ask you because it's real. What are the race of most massage therapists in Texas, in Austin?
Like ethnicity?
Yeah.
Oh, well, dude, it's white people across the U.S., man. But black people in America, is it less than 15% of the total population in the U.S.?
No, I think y'all are the minority now.
So I get confused about numbers. Are there more Hispanics now because of like population changes?
Something about them coming in offset things when they started hybridizing. So yeah.
I would also say that my quick assumption, maybe I'm wrong. My quick assumption is that the number of black therapists and the number of Hispanic therapists in the U.S. is probably growing slowly over time, but I don't know how that relates to like overall population numbers.
You're right. It was pretty much Caucasian dominant in Arizona at least 10 years ago.
Well, it's Arizona. Like, I don't even know what percentage. Okay. Yeah. Like, I grew up in Louisiana.
I wanted you to say all Mexican. I wanted you to say it was all Mexican because that's what it felt like.
Yeah, but like ethnicity stats, I haven't done any research on that specifically. I know that, like, for instance, when I talk about men in the massage industry, I think based on former stats that I looked at, less than 15% of massage therapists are men.
Oh, it went up to 19 then. Yeah, for this year, it was 19.
Yeah. It's
but yeah, it's not enough.
Demographics. I had a dream, and basically I was like, listen, I'm trying to do this new thing. I just went to the internet and went, cameras, let's go. I realized people had their clothes on. I'm like, film and photo document everything. Let's go. I have a podcast, a cooking show. I play poker. I play video games. I have bodywork videos, all this stuff. I'm like, just go. And everybody's like, we don't understand what you're doing. And I'm like, creating the future. And they're like, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, I know, because you've never seen anybody do it before. I had to build a big enough brand around Robert Gardner that like I had clients and had income and had students to keep building. It's working. It's just that I'm outside of the mainstream of the industry. I'm a guy with a mat going, this is the future. And they're like, this is insane. I'm like, correct. It doesn't exist in America. We're going to create it. I couldn't. And the thing is, like, I'll say this. I had a friend recently, a black friend of mine, a woman. She said, Robert, do you ever have white guilt? And I'm like, nope. And she's like, really? And I was like, okay, hold on. So do I have a deep sense of empathy for what has happened to Black people in America? Oh, dude, I almost want to start crying when I say it. Yes. Do I come from a family where my grandfather was in the military police and grew up in Mississippi, and then our ancestors from my maternal side with my grandpa, they owned slaves? I'm like, yes. Do I deny it? No. Have I done everything to dismantle all of that educational bullshit that I was taught in public school in Louisiana? Oh, it was very honest. It was very upfront. We learned a lot about John Brown. Yeah, we learned a lot about that. The reason I don't have white guilt is because I have done everything to dismantle those power structures as I can. And for a weird spot, my brother and I talk about this all the time. My brothers are both gingers, redheads. Mm-hmm. In Louisiana, they got teased mercilessly by Black kids. Like little redheaded kids around Louisiana, man, they got teased just mercilessly. Culturally, I grew up with gumbo, boudin, jazz, funk, blues. Culturally, I feel more Black than I do white. I grew up in a place where 50% of the population was Black. End of story. In New Orleans, pre-Katrina, it was 70 to 80%. That was where I grew up. That's part of my culture as a guy who burns real easy in the sun. I'm trying to diversify ethnicity. I'm trying to diversify bodywork across cultural lines, including Thai. I'm trying to diversify things. The reason I don't have a sense of guilt is I've done everything to help the downtrodden and try to lift them up. Like, I'm not unaware. I've done everything to read books and try to deprogram myself from the bullshit I was taught in school. Which, did they teach us the real history, Antoine?
No, I mean, my answer to that person that asked you about white guilt, I could shorten that entire conversation for you if you want. Did you get asked that a lot?
No. It was just, she and I have a close association, and like, we talk a lot about, basically like race in America and through history. And she was just asking me from my perspective, because we talk about that stuff. She's like, do you feel like guilty? Like, do you have like white guilt? And I'm like, no. Like, one, I was born in 1977. This shit was already created when I got here. Now, how much?
That's the white guilt, man. Let me slow you down real quick. That's actually the compensation for not wanting to have the guilt, a defense mechanism. Trust me, I could see it all, dude. See, what should have happened? She asked you, don't you ever get white guilt? Your answer should have been, do you? Do you have Black guilt? That's it. Because people aren't realizing the white people had to get the Africans from somebody. Mm-hmm. From somebody on the other side, because that's how America operates. We need somebody in on it.
Slavery is fundamentally a human problem, and in 2025, it's not gone. Like, the reason I say generally white guilt is like, I'm actually studying history and reading books, trying to understand the narrative of how the country formed. And what goes on in a way that just frankly was not discussed in my history program in school.
No, they won't be.
Yeah.
How devastating would it be for every African American and every Black person, because they're two different people? How would it feel if all of them realized at the same time that we put those slaves in white people's hands and made the transaction? Period.
Well,
as far as that
fundamentally,
goes, that Western.
Fundamentally, it goes back to, remember the herd mentality? It goes back to a sort of tribalism. Americans,
they trusted because they were Black too.
Americans are tribal. The indigenous in America were tribal. Africans were tribal. And that tribalism is part of what Krishnamurti skewers. Mm-hmm. And says, this is the problem. You're all separate.
Yep.
And I go, it's one species.
Yep.
It's like the whole issue is, I generally have an affinity for the little guy. Like, sometimes when I play poker, I see this. The guy who's got no chips left, I hope he catches the ugliest board. He tosses all in with 8 and a 2, and he hits a full house and just destroys 6 people at the table, because I sometimes cheer for the little guy.
Yeah, I'm the cockroach at the table that won't go away.
Like, that thing, it's like, I don't feel like other therapists getting theirs or Black people generating real wealth in America. disadvantages me. It's like, no, it means that my neighbors have more money and can take care of their kids, and the whole society, like a rising tide lifts all boats. It's that sort of conversation. Like, do I want, when we go back to massage therapists, do I want massage therapists to fail? No. Dude, if you want a Swedish-based business, I want you to have the Swedishy goddamn Swedish that ever sweeted and like win. And like you show people on social media, here's how I do Swedish, and this is why my cotton is, you know, made in Egypt with virgins' hands and sewn by people in the moonlight or whatever, that allows you to excel and build the business that you want. We're talking about uplifting, you know, communities, uplifting the downtrodden, the impoverished, you know, that sort of thing. When I said like white guilt, it's like, I think I would feel guilty if I sat there and was like trying to hold people back. Like I'm trying to keep people down.
Oh, you mean like in the people in the hood, like them?
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
I
was raised in that.
Von Doom, I think was his name. If you look through my podcast, there's one I did with Von Doom. This guy was this rapper somebody introduced me to or something. And yeah, I could tell when we did the podcast, I swear to God, there was a guy in the background like rolling a blunt. And I'm talking to Von Doom about like digital distribution. And he just stops at some point and he's like, you could just see it on his eyes. He's like, man, this white dude understands the fucking distribution model. And I'm like, bro, I have a business on the internet. It's like, it's not like, I'm not in the music industry, but like he's trying to go direct to consumer. What happened with me, honestly, with rap and hip hop particularly, one of the things that changed for me was, instead of just looking at the art and whether I relate to it personally, I looked at hip hop and rap as like urban entrepreneurship. It all made sense. It all made way more sense. I'm like, there's dudes in the ghetto who could lay out a fucking rhyme, and they took drug money and like recycled it into records and told the stories of their community and what was going on. And they didn't hurt people. They weren't selling
together. They did it together. They did it together. And that's you're basically saying like that part about it. Hip hop, sure, that's the music aspect, the melody, the flow. But rap, well, investors buy a bunch of businesses and consolidate them, and they call it a roll up. And so when you tell somebody to roll a blunt, what do you tell them? You tell them to roll up. And so I feel like that's where the implication came from with the word itself. Because, I mean, rap, like what word is that? We know what soul is. We know what blues are. Yeah. We know what honky tonk is. Yeah. Like we know the melody based on the word, but rap? Well, it's entrepreneurship.
It's food and music I talk about all the time because I grew up outside of New Orleans. We talk about massage culture, right? There's a music and a food culture. And it's very hard for me to describe music pre-Napster. Once we had digital distribution, people's music interests like changed radically because they had access to almost everything. So the music distribution has been completely upended in various ways because people are used to streaming models. They don't even necessarily, unless they're crazy about vinyl, they don't even want to own a record. Like it's changed music distribution and how things are done.
It's not even a status mark. Like, how did they make the records not be a status mark anymore? How did they do that? Save it.
So I had a conversation with a musician here in Austin, and this young lady was, I think she played ukulele or guitar. Anyway, she was a musician. She played, and she basically was lamenting to me that she couldn't release an album like it was 1971 in Led Zeppelin because people just download the album and steal it. And I go, okay, one, Robert Plant and the dudes in Led Zeppelin didn't like the recording industry any more than you do. You think, let's find Robert Plant right now and ask him, how do you feel about the millions or maybe billions of dollars you made record executives? And he's like, fuck those guys. They couldn't play lick one, but they controlled the distribution. Now the distribution is not controlled just by it still exists, the recording industry, but it's not what it used to be. I would look at this person and go, listen, you were a musician living in right now 2025. I understand that you want to sell an album, but that album needs to be a piece of art. that is a collector's item that has 10 different album covers, that has, you know, different colors pressed into the vinyl, that has. I'm like, listen, you can go to Twitch right now and you can do the Friday night pajama party concert to your fans directly, and they can donate money live. And she's like, no, but I want to release an album. And I'm like, I'm sorry, the technology is not going backwards. I'm telling you that you can live stream to a global audience who can follow you, salute you, support you, purchase live streams, want an album, want a tape, wanna. It's like, why are you fixated on this little window of albums?
Because of how they saw the people that had those. That's the key. Finding out how they saw the people that already did it. Because people are doing a lot of copying.
Dude, I mean,
which is
the history of music. This is real. I mean, it's not, how do I say this? It irritates the fuck out of me, but it's like, okay, historically, black musicians who created blues and black musicians who created jazz, were they taken advantage of by recording industry people?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the rich people, they wanted people to perform for them because that was their status.
They controlled the method of distribution.
Right.
It's like it's like it just is what it is, and I just move on with life. But basically, what I've been doing is let's go direct to consumer. Let's go to quicker, better, faster, cheaper, more accessible. Let's go direct to consumer. And they're like, no, we want hands on. And I'm like, you want robertsmagictouch.com? Like, we have new shit now. Like, okay, I mean, yeah, come to Austin, but it's expensive. Like, why wouldn't you want to study with me for $7 a month? And they're like, oh, but basically there's no status, there's no prestige to having Netflix. There's a limited amount of prestige to like getting a live stream from Fish at the moment. And I just filed for tickets. You know what the Sphere is in Las Vegas?
Yeah. They built it after I left.
The fucking Sphere, man. I haven't been able to get tickets for any fucking show. It doesn't matter if it's Dead and Company or Fish. The Fish thing came up and I'm like, okay, let me check this out. Dude, for me and my girlfriend to go to Las Vegas for the fucking tickets. I've listened to Fish for 30 fucking years. For the tickets, it was like $1,500 for 3 concerts.
Is that a lot?
Dude,
Okay.
That's $500 a show.
But they're famous.
Well, they're famous, but it's like, okay, I saw Fish for less than $100 for like 2 fucking days in 1999 at Big Cypress. The tickets for 2 people for 3 nights was $1,500. If I tried to apply for all 9 nights at the Sphere, it would cost $4,500 to see Fish 9 nights, like essentially for all those shows.
Damn, I thought the tickets would be 80% of the price. Like, it's even just going there is still
No. So this is just for the tickets. This isn't the flight.
Yeah.
This isn't the hotel. This isn't the food. This isn't. Basically, fans are online complaining, and it's like, well, the Sphere is this unique experience. I'm not criticizing what the band charges. I'm just talking about the fact that, like, from a status and prestige thing, do you know what it feels like if you're a Fish fan who has tickets to the fucking Sphere? They're like, dude, I have tickets to the Sphere. Like, I'm afraid you're going to get mugged. Because people want to
make sense. Yeah.
Well, it's this unique experience in this particular venue. I'm not criticizing what the band charges. I want them to get paid. But it's this thing where you can get the live stream now, and it's going to cost less. But like a fan will pay for it, and then friends in the city will come over and watch the live stream at their house and have a party because they can kind of participate in the show at a distance. It's the same thing I'm discussing in terms of like direct to consumer. The recording industry doesn't control Fish. They don't even care if they wait. They make albums, but does anybody care? It's live. It's like the Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
It's live. Like recordings. Yeah. Whatever made an album, whatever. Robert is going, no, but it's live. It's direct to consumer. It's live. You can participate.
Location.
It's the same thing. It's just that I'm not selling a concert experience. I'm selling education. Education is not being addressed in our industry the way that in which I'm discussing it. The natural fact is there's only so many people who can fit into the sphere. They're having to raise fees to like compensate because they got to pay for the facility, whatever that is, because Fish doesn't own the sphere. Then they got to deal with Ticketmaster because Ticketmaster takes their cut, the way the business operates and all this stuff. There are some people who want Fish to like basically the recording industry and like Pearl Jam and the people who've tried to get rid of Ticketmaster. They're complaining that Ticketmaster has a monopoly and they're trying to get rid of that. And I understand it to a point, but the music industry has changed. What has changed in the massage industry in the last 30 years?
I mean, all I could think of is truly not the business side, but probably just handling clients, I guess, is the best change that I could think of.
Other than licensure being adopted in more and more states, other than that, I think one of the most innovative things that's happened in the massage industry is likely online scheduling.
Yeah. That took me a little while, but I got it in there.
Yeah. The whole thing about the industry evolves. Hey, if you Fish guys are listening to this, I'd love tickets. I don't know if you can arrange that, but Mike and Trey and Paige and John, if you're so willing,
Hey, I'm a Shinedown guy, so same goes for the Shinedown.
Yeah. So in the end, it's just the marketplace changes in various ways. Like I could have never foreseen something like the Sphere. That's like a totally new venue. Like,
it doesn't even like make sense where it is.
Well,
that's how out of place. Yeah.
Like I've seen Quentin Tarantino complain about film, and like film isn't what it used to be because people are going to streaming services, and basically the canvas that the artists are painting on is different now. And even Quentin is like, he's nostalgic for that theater experience. And it's like, okay, but the theater experience is not gone. It's just that the marketplace is shifting and changing. And when Jack, who's Cece's kid, when he wants to watch a show and he's like, I want to watch the original Transformers, he can get on a streaming service and watch the goddamn Transformers that I watched as a kid sequentially in order every episode. I, as an adult at 48 years old, literally go back and watch shows like that, and I'll watch the Thundercats and be like, holy shit, there was all this stuff that I missed because you had to catch it just when it was on, and there was no guarantee of what episode it was going to be. It's like the distribution has changed, so streaming services like Netflix have created this thing where people want The Sopranos. They want 5 or 6 seasons of Breaking Bad, and they want to be able to just watch the whole goddamn thing in like a week.
Whenever they want.
That's relatively new. That did not exist. We had to go and get a goddamn VHS. And then they charged us like $1 when it wasn't rewound. Like
it was all on purpose.
It's like it just changes. I'm not fighting the distribution model. If anything, I'm adopting and adapting as quick as I can to continue pushing the business forward. I understand that it's a slightly different idea, but it really depends on what you want to do as an artist. If I was a musician, I would be exceptionally like overjoyed that I had direct distribution.
Yeah.
It's the live show now becomes a big deal. How do you build fans? How do you build closer fans? How do you like, people will do this sometimes. They'll contact me because they have a question about a workbook or DVD set or something. And if they write me on Messenger, I'll sometimes chat with them. And then they're asking questions about something about classes or something. And I'll go, hey, listen, do you have a minute to just talk via phone? And they're like, yeah. So I get Roderick on the phone and I'm like, hey, Roderick, what's going on? I just thought since we were having such an in-depth conversation, it would be easier via phone. They'll talk to me for 10 or 15 minutes. They are 70% more likely to buy something. Why?
That's the key.
Connection. Because the phone is more intimate than a Facebook Messenger message. The text is more intimate than just the Facebook Messenger message. It's like he had a phone call with me. And it's like that sort of thing is like you're building that intimacy and that trust and connection. And then I noticed that the more I focused on that, the more like trust was built. The goal with like apprenticeship, if somebody's in Illinois and I'm teaching them, the goal isn't to like exclude. The goal is to bring the students closer, and they go, "Hey, can you come to Illinois?" Yes. And they're like, I'm like, do you know a place? And they're like, yeah, I got this place. And I'm like, cool, help me set it up. You're building a network of fans so that you can go out to different places and do the things that you need to do. The internet is not decreasing connection, it's supplementing it. You're trying to reach out to a broader and broader audience. Once I'm at a point where you've got all the clients you can handle, you've got all the students you can handle, the only thing that I can continue scaling is the digital side. Like I have every vested interest at just giving what I do basically away for free and going at $7 a month. But here's the thing. I've got that available. Do you know how crazy educators in our industry think I am? They're like, dude, you can't just give it to them. They're just going to fucking steal. And I'm like, oh no, they're going to set up mat-based facilities all across the United States doing suspension. And then people are going to find me online and study with me for $7 a month. And I'm going to become a fucking millionaire.
Basically.
And they're like, no, but dude, people are going to steal. And I'm like, they're going to steal the shit I've been giving away for $7 a month? Like, bro, I'm like Fish or the Grateful Dead. They're still making money at the fucking Sphere. The people can get a copy of the recording for free. They sell taper tickets. You can get the live stream from the band. They're making money coming and going. It's like, it's not getting rid of in-person classes. It's supplementing with all these other layers, including, let's give them a t-shirt with their class.
Because like, there are some people that don't operate well in person in groups. And so it's kind of shocking that even during COVID or even before or after that, people were still like weird about coming in on video, you know, to learn something. It was like,
yeah, it's a different, well, music, video killed the radio star. It's not just what you sound like anymore. It's what do you look like.
Yeah, because that validates the beliefs that you communicate, right?
It's another layer. Like, I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's just a manifestation of the technology.
Pain in the ass.
I just look at it and go, more access, more students, more subscribers, more members, more apprentices, more classes. Let's go. More classes. Let's go. Like, dude, I have dreams where I'm like, okay, Fish goes on tour. Okay, can I make a connection where basically I travel in the U.S. and teach in-person classes, but I teach a class the day before the Fish show in every state on their tour. And now I go on Fish tour and I teach classes in those states.
Yeah. See, it's the integrate. Ironically, massage therapy is really lacking on integration. That's what I'm noticing once we sit down and actually find out the synchronicities, like how they mesh together. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. These opportunities are pretty much there when we do 1+1, and people are just stuck at the 1. They're not doing any addition. They're not doing any math. They're just like, this is the thing, and I need to do this to get this. And that's how they think. Even if they're doing it wrong, believe it. These people, I don't know how these people transact on massage as much as they do doing the massage that they're doing. I have no idea. But somehow they've convinced somebody to receive a shitty massage. And when you ask them about it, when you say, hey, like, what was the curriculum like back in school? You're pretty much going to get like biology class and like some yoga stretching class. Like, ideally, they don't get taught the same.
Yeah.
And I noticed that too when I went to Las Vegas, because it was like all of those massage therapists, I didn't even know if they all had licenses. Like, it was so bad. And then there was this branch off of them that wanted to look like they were surgeons. and like running around with masks and gloves, which was really weird.
Style differences, and that's such a nuanced like conversation in our industry that I don't think most people, the public, wouldn't be aware of that.
No. They're not from one of the 19% of the industry. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know one thing. I'd be fine with watching you play a fucking tournament for 2 hours, 3 hours, and like talking about poker.
Well, so I don't know how to explain this. There's this thing that happens where you're just like, so okay, I have business conversations, and they're like, "Do we do this or do this?" And I'm like, "Both." And they're like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Do we do this or both?" And they're like, and I'm like, "Bro, listen. Massage therapists need business help. Okay, so instead of, are you ready? Instead of just doing a business class, Robert has a once a month live stream for 2 hours for free. He has a show now. The students can come in on Zoom. Are you ready? But the entire time that Robert is doing a business consult with these students and answering their questions like it's a radio show, I play poker and my poker is on screen.
Mm-hmm. And you're regulating
There's a delay on the poker playing, by the way, because we don't want people to like, get my game or, whatever, because they're on the internet as well. But now I'm doing a poker live stream while I'm doing a business consult with therapists. And people are like, dude, that's fucking like, and I'm like, well, it's diversifying my social media as the poker playing massage educator giving out free. Don't you want free business advice? And they're like, man, this is fucking weird. Nobody else does this. And I'm like, correct. Because those people don't have as much fun as we do.
Yeah, because they don't think too far into something that isn't fun to them.
It's
and
like,
that's the catch.
It's the same thing. Like I come on screen. I'm doing a free consult. Anybody can come on. I bring them on. They ask their question. I'm playing video games. And I'm like, have a good question. I'm like, pause. I flip screens and we do some web searches because this is all on my computer and internet. And I do quick research on like their area and like I do a quick overview of their website. And then I do that in 5 minutes and then I flip back screens, video game, it'll go right back. To me, that's hilarious. To everybody else, they're like, dude, this is weird. Like he doesn't conform to like the normal. And I'm like, boring.
So I'm more of a 2x2 guy. So do you when you are you able to cook meat? Do you have a garden? That's the question.
So I have a smoker in the back where I have a cooking show. I don't do live streams typically, but I could make a garden in the back as well. It's like a little unknown at the moment because I rent and we're not sure how long we're staying here, but I haven't built a garden yet.
Okay. So because I mean, I'm starting to learn that when we become complex people, like I was born with the internal complexity, and I'm noticing that everything that I set forth as an ambition, like a lost, missing, aimless piece of myself ends up finding a way to integrate with it. And I noticed that when I started on Instagram in 2018, I was like, okay, well, first thing I'm gonna do is fragment these parts of myself that I enjoy into a page in itself, and just multiply like that. And honestly, I could say that social media helped me decompartmentalize myself.
Yeah.
It helped me to realize that no matter which me I was portraying, which is the same one, just different knowledge, whichever one it was still, it was just still me. And, people are different. So I don't know, like some people are just shallow and they don't have much of themselves. And then there's others that have a lot of themselves that they can't really portray as direct.
Fundamentally, I think the more you individuate and the more you become you and the more different you allow yourself to become, eventually somebody comes along and just says, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the internet. I don't like it. And it's like, I mean,
that's generally what I hear.
Congratulations. Like, I don't spend time on the internet consuming things I don't like.
So
Like,
why are they doing it?
there's all this stuff available. I just go find the stuff I do. And then I follow that and talk to people. Like, I ran across something the other day. It totally intrigued me. There's a young lady. She has a cookbook on TikTok, and she's former Amish. And her whole TikTok is her in like Amish garb, like making little pies and pie crust and shit. It's like, Amish? Well, she's former Amish. Like, but you can see in her stuff, like she has a cookbook you can buy. So it's just like this wholesome kind of Amish thing. She's here in Texas, like outside of Dallas, I think. And my first thought is like, I spent 30 minutes digging through her like TikTok and social media because it was so interesting to me. It was just this weird window into a different world. And my first thought was like, I need to have her on the podcast. I would love to talk to somebody who's former Amish who's trying to sell a cookbook. And, you know, it's like, it's promoting her stuff. It's promoting my stuff. And then people go, wait, hold on. What the fuck does having somebody on who's like former Amish with a cookbook have to do with massage? And I'm like, nothing.
No, I see it.
It's like,
dude, you know how much
we're building brand. Your fans see it and her fans see it.
Yeah, I guess. See, I'm thinking of the integration with the brand itself. I guess I'm not really thinking about the other people's customers.
So over time, I have a YouTube channel that's Robert Gardner Wellness that eventually becomes Next Level Pain Relief, by the way. I started a new YouTube channel and a new Facebook page called Robert Gardner Vice. And it's where my cooking and my poker and my liquor tastings and beer reviews and all the other stuff goes. Because they were getting angry. Students were like, fuck this. I came here for massage videos and you keep posting fucking like liquor reviews. And they're like, this has nothing to do with health and wellness. And I'm like, oh, wow, your health and wellness must look different than mine.
Yeah. Go figure, right?
Like, I don't like, so these headphones, I'll give you an idea. So I was doing video games online because I was like Nintendo mainly, NES. I have an emulator and I play video games, sometimes with my poker. I got an email from a company and they said, hey, we'll give you a free pair of headphones if you do like a review of our headphones. And I was like, what? I like looked at the email and had to check, make sure this is fucking real. And it's like, sure as fuck. They sent me a free pair of headphones that are like USB thing. It's got a dongle that goes in. They're wireless. And I did a review of the headphones. And then I kept going, well, wait a second. If I keep reviewing liquor, like, would they send me like free bottles of liquor to like review? And I'm like, whoa. It's like, you know, you're trying to diversify the brand in terms of like the stuff that you care about. What students can't see is like, remember we talked about going to Jamaica? Now, Robert builds enough of an online following where I have 10,000 members. I'm making $70,000 a month. And I moved to Oaxaca in Mexico. And now I have a Tony Bourdain, like, no reservations food show where I document not only the food and the culture, but I go to tequila distilleries and review tequila. And then I have a connection in Oaxaca because I've now worked on my Spanish long enough where we have a retreat facility and we're having class there. And when the class is finished, we're going on a tequila distillery tour as part of the class. And they're like, dude, what the, oh my God. And I'm like, I have dreams.
Yeah.
I have dreams. Like, I don't want to live a normal, modern, suburban life in America. I have dreams. I want to do some different stuff. If they don't want to come along with the poker playing, okay, cool. We'll separate the channels. It's fine. But in the end, it's still Robert, like, you know, having his dream on the internet.
And let me tell you, I don't know if you, I have to keep track. I mean, as far as Gary Vee goes, I have to peep in on him every now and then because he kind of sees the world already. He knows what's going on. And so from what I can tell, as far as to answer your question, why that Amish channel was the way that it was, especially to you, was because something shifted from influence-based to interest-based. Okay, so people were following people because of of what they did, okay, or even how they did it. And the interest base is basically putting people to the test, saying, hey, if you're interested, like, people do not want to be interested in anything if it doesn't have to do with making money. And so it's going to be hard, but it's all interest based. And that's what I thought you were actually going for. I thought you were doing that before I even heard that it was interest based. I was like, yes, Robert needs to do something other than massage to bring those weirdos that have those hidden desires in.
There's a difference between Next Level Pain Relief and then Robert Gardner as a brand.
Of course.
To me, I was like, yeah, just go. Like, don't even ask for permission. Like, nobody told me to start a podcast. Nobody told me to start streaming me playing poker or recording it. Mm-hmm. Nobody told me to play video games. And I'm like, well, why not? I enjoy video games, and it adds another video. Like, imagine I have a second YouTube channel, but the second YouTube channel for video games, like, for some reason, like, explodes. People are sending me free video game units and games and stuff because they want me to review, and I'm like, I like free video games.
Yeah, I know. But I think, some of those people that reach out, see, what was happening to me a lot on Instagram was they kept saying, for me to buy it at a 60% wholesale price and then do the exact same thing. And I already knew that wasn't how anybody was really doing it. So I didn't even have the platform for it. It was too many red flags for them not to be real.
Yeah.
But they are supposed to literally give their shit away for free and have somebody do what they do already, whether they're big or small. Now it's interest-based. So it's like the small people who have interesting interests that nobody is broadcasting. Those are going to the micro guys are going to win all day. Yeah. That's why my Instagram won't go past 1,100 or whatever it is. Because for some reason, whatever I'm doing, it's only enough for that initial awareness, which is the funnel that I was part of, the funnel I was working on. But just to figure enough of that out, that I only have like one or maybe two posts of massage in my Instagram alone. And I'll tell you the truth, the Awaken Healing page, that page doesn't have anything massage related on it. It's basically insights. The videos on YouTube are walk and talks. It's all people focused. And I feel like that's what I'm using to attract or filter, I should say, because ultimately those people that you don't want, there's something you're going to do. Like, for instance, for you, Robert, and I'm just calling this out because it's superficial. The tensity on your brow line. How can somebody be a healer and massage when they have such a tense face? That's going to gain more interest than you having a soft face. It's going to be like, oh, I expect a massage therapist of any sort to have a soft looking face, have a happy, bubbly looking face. It's always going to bring more attention to be the oddball. And the more oddball you can make it do, the better. Just cooking meat online.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, listen, the cooking show, I don't have all the... there's some episodes I need to edit that I think are on my hard drive. I started smoking briskets. You ever smoked a brisket?
Oh, yeah, those were nice. Yeah, you did good.
So in Texas, I grew up in Louisiana, so food culture is different in South Louisiana. Then I moved to Texas, and it's like brisket was the final step. And once I got a grill, the cooking show is New Free Grill, by the way. And it's just because all my grills have come out of the garbage from my neighbors. I have 3 of them. And the last one was a char griller. And I got that char griller, and I'm like, fuck, this is pretty good. Like, this is not fucked up at all. Like, I had to sand it and paint it and whatever. But I found a smoker box attachment and started smoking briskets. Dude, in the cooking show, I had to decide. You ever watch TikTok videos for cooking?
No, not at all, actually.
They're like ASMR. Sometimes they'll be less than a minute, and it's like the sound of them chopping the vegetables and these really rapid cuts. It's not so much like learning how to cook as it is like enjoying this minute-long food video, this amazing meal this person makes. Hey, Tyr, what's up? So I set up my cameras, which are not on my multicam. It says downstairs in the kitchen. and I had to like trim a brisket. And I would watch dudes trim briskets. I'd watch YouTube videos, and I'm like, man, they make it look so easy. Dude, I spent 45 goddamn minutes on camera trimming a brisket one time. And I was like, fuck it. I put the video was 3 hours long. 45 minutes of which was me talking about food culture in Texas while I'm trimming a brisket and probably fucking it up. Like, it's hilarious to me. I did a poker video once. There's a difference between hitting trips and a set. And I had this little quick minute video, and I said something about I'd hit trips or something, and people are like, poker players are in the comments like, fuck this guy, he doesn't even know the difference between trips and a set. And I would be like, well, man, do you want me to know what I'm doing? Like, no, you rely on me being a complete imbecile at your table. You know, like, don't you want me to play poker with me?
To be better? And
it was just like a quick thing where I just made an error. It's the same thing with like barbecue. I expect somebody to see it. Like, dude, I literally, I have a cooking show. I fuck up on camera. I don't give a fuck. Like, dude, the first brisket I made was so fucking hard. I had a bread knife and it was like trying to saw the fucking thing because I didn't do it right. I made tortillas for the first time by hand on scratch on camera and fucked them up.
You had black dust flying everywhere.
And it's like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? It's like, what I want to do is, ready? You document making handmade tortillas 10 times, and then people go, God damn, dude, he made really fucking awesome tortillas. I'm like, yeah, you should go watch the other 10 times where I fucked it up. Like,
and that's why America's Worst Cooks, that show, that's why that show was still on for so long, even though it got all rainbowy and stuff.
Dude, I looked at the food show and I'm like, man, go a different direction. So let's make it more complicated, right? So Robert Gardner Vice is where the cooking and liquor and all that shit goes. So then I started doing the following. When I smoke a brisket, one, that's my drinking day because I'm going to get completely trashed while I'm smoking this brisket. So I would set up cameras and record myself talking about why I set up the fire this way and why the log's this and why the post oak that. And, I trim the brisket, salt and pepper it, get it on the grill. Then I would come upstairs and play video games. And I would take a clip of me playing fucking video games and I'd get up and go to the window and like check the smoker because I could see it downstairs outside. And then I would be playing video games and I would take a clip of that video game playing and put it inside the fucking cooking show.
Yeah.
And then I would go downstairs and I'm watching the smoker and I would do a tequila review, but the tequila review is inside the cooking show with the video. And they're like, to me, it's creative.
Inception.
It's fun. It's
people
fun.
Like that in Inception. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. Then they go, wait, okay, I need body work, but Robert is a brisket smoking, tequila drinking, beer aficionado with a cooking show in Austin. Like, I want to get a session with this guy. Dude, it wasn't that long ago. I had a guy show up. Marco showed up from, are you ready?
Yeah.
Switzerland. No, not Switzerland. Where was he from? It wasn't Switzerland. Was it Belgium? I don't think he was Swiss. Maybe. Okay, we'll just say he was from Switzerland. I don't remember. But anyway.
Okay.
He shows up. He paid for the session in advance online, which rarely happens. And like the scheduled time comes, I had texted him and said, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. He shows up. He's got a little bit of an accent. And I'm like, hey, Marco, what's going on? And he's like, oh, I'm from Switzerland. And I'm like, cool. Like, how did you
get here?
And he's like, my wife and I are taking a tour across the U.S. We got an RV in New York. We're driving across the United States and going through Austin. My wife's friend is a massage therapist who, when she found out we were going to Austin, completely fucking flipped out and was like, dude, you can go get a session with Robert Gardner. So before we start the session, he's like, man, listen, I don't want to be rude, but like my friend is going to completely freak out that I met you. Can I get your autograph? And I'm like, oh, bro, yeah. I went and grabbed one of my intro workbooks and I, on the inside, wrote something like, always help people, and signed it with my name. And I gave him the workbook to give to his friend. Like, I got a client who came from fucking Europe to get a session with me. My books aren't filled with people in Austin.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know why that particular therapist, but thank you that you follow me. I don't know why they followed me or how that happened, but I'm like, how do I get more clients from out of the country? Like, that's a super weird, mental construct, but it's this thing where you want to live your dream, you want to have fun. And I just kept looking at it and going, well, what's the downside of having another YouTube channel? More exposure. And because I have another YouTube channel, all of the YouTube videos have links to my website, links to my social media, links. So, for instance, it's very common for people, like, what is Joe Rogan's podcast about?
Nothing. Or everything. One of the two.
And the thing is, nobody would think, oh, Joe Rogan's podcast is only about this. It's like, no, I'm trying to get, I'm serious. I did hog hunters at one point, and they were inviting me to go hog hunting with them here in Texas. And I was like, wow, like all these weird subcultures. I had a guy on who dealt with like colonial history in Texas between the Spanish and the Mexicans and the this and the U.S. and England and whatever. So it's like, what does Texas history have to do? I'm like, I live in Texas, man. I don't know. It's interesting. Like, I just have people on that I find interesting and continue to explore. We've recorded already for 2 hours. People are like, dude, people won't listen to a 2-hour podcast. And I'm like, hardcore fans will.
Well, honestly, that's pretty much, if the video's too short, it's probably, I'm less inclined to watching it. And that's because I am a long form person. But for the most part, as long as you're using the clips, as long as you're using the tidbits in the context for the platform, you can chop up a 2-hour video for the rest of the year and have content. And, however long that takes is a whole nother story. But, it's like, people shouldn't have a problem with that by now. These freaking movies they're making are way too long.
So I think that the issue, particularly pertaining to us, is there are no famous massage therapists.
Oh, there's one.
Who?
War Dogs.
I don't even know who that is.
It's this movie Pacquiao, David Pacquiao's, Pacouz or something. I think it's a Canadian last name. I don't know. But he pretty much, the movie was basically about him, a dead-end massage therapist, like massaging old, fat, rich guys. And his friend from school or whatever comes back, and he's pretty much like doing sales. Turns out they end up, doing arms trading, and it was working. And I guess it was a climb and a downfall from hell, but he finally made it to a podcast. And so that's one story but that's the only one that I can tell. And I've looked.
The whole thing is like, I'm trying to create something that I've never seen. And I just became unapologetic about me and just going out and just fuck it. Everything great in my business has come from a state of fuck it, by the way. The Big Lebowski. Oh, yes, dude. Fuck it. Like, there's something about...
Yeah.
like, move on. Like...
Yeah.
Well, so let's bring it together. Students came to my class not too long ago, and I decided are you ready? My students came into my home to take a class.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, I'll pause real quick.
Yeah, I personally don't have a problem with longer videos. They can, all a creator needs to worry about is the first 30, 60 seconds, right?
I'm not an expert. I do think that you have to catch their attention. Unfortunately, a lot of social media operates off of what's sexy, funny, like, I don't know. With food, it's like, ooh, like, almost like a gluttony response. Like, the food looks good. What's sexy? What's funny? What's sexy or funny or about massage?
But the problem with that is The people are driving off of that algorithm. The system itself, like, we can't assume that people are going to hit the like button just because they like the video. Most people's phones are so broken that if they do tap a video, with the phone is actually going to accidentally touch buttons on itself. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like the thing that we're seeing the reactions from aren't actually the thing that's making them react. It's something else. It's something of value.
There is a system to a point of why do people watch certain videos? Why does it show up as a YouTube thumbnail? Why do they click on your TikTok? Why does something go viral? I was having this conversation with Chad because he feels like we need more viral videos. And it's like, I did video years ago with Psyche Truth. Do you ever watch any of those?
I never heard of that one.
So millions of people saw me.
Mm-hmm.
I can count on one hand in the number of years of students I've taught who originally found me through a Psyche Truth video. And I'm thankful for the exposure, but eventually I stopped doing videos with them because it wasn't really building my business. It wasn't really going the direction I wanted to go. So I just, like, basically on some of the videos, I went viral. People found me. And just because,
reacted.
And just because people see the video doesn't mean I generate revenue. Just because people see the video doesn't mean I was a trusted resource and I got clients. Now, it's a step in the right direction, and some people found a Psyche Truth video and then followed me because they found my stuff or whatever because of an association, which is good. But at the same time, I've sat with Josh Terry, who's a close friend of mine. Josh has a great TikTok following, if you want to follow him, by the way. I think it's Josh Terry Plays, this is his account. Josh started doing like coaching for like high-level CEOs and stuff. We were at a thing, and Josh knows me. He knows my interpersonal demeanor and communication style. So we had there was this party at somebody's house. It was a bunch of influencers in Austin, and I wander in, probably in a time-of-size JM t-shirt and tie fisherman pants, like nobody, basically. Certainly not prestigious. And all these folks are like talking, and they're all 20 years old or in UT, and they're making viral videos on TikTok to get 1 million views. And this guy is like, well, but I made a video, it's got 1 million views. How do I make money? And I'm like, you sell them a product or a service. And they're like, no, but I had a video, it got 1 million views. How do I make money? And I'm like,
if I do that, I'll make money.
Like, bro, even if you get on TikTok's creator fund and you're making money from your views, which is great, by the way, that's not a business model. That's ancillary income. You have to sell a product or a service.
Cause and effect at best.
Like,
like, yeah.
So essentially, Josh called me out at the party, and he's like, yo, all of you guys think you're awesome because you can make videos that get 1 million views. Robert will make a video on TikTok. It'll get 300 views, and he makes money. And they're like he's doing this on purpose. I know Josh. He was calling me out because he knows that I don't think I'm anybody. And it's like, now these people all surround me and start asking me questions, and they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I'm a massage therapist and educator. I have a membership, and I teach massage therapists what I do from like 4 camera angles. And, you know, this was just after COVID. And they're like, holy shit. Like, dude, you're running like a digital business in a brick and mortar industry? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess so. And it's like, I'm not making a lot of money. I just pay my bills, you know. But they're completely intrigued because this is such a weird niche, you know.
Yeah.
And the deal is, I realized at that point, just because they're Gen Z and they understand the internet and they understand social media and they more intuitively understand how to make a viral video, it doesn't mean that they know how to run a business.
Or capitalize on that.
It's like, listen, I'm going to say something crude. I can make a bodywork related video with the hottest, most beautiful woman with the most gorgeous tits anybody's ever seen. And I know it'll get more views, but it sexualizes what's the goal? What are we trying to do? Like basically,
Even it-
I like attractive women with nice boobies. Thank you very much. But at the same time, it's like, what does it have to do with like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Basically, I'm in education. Do people
Mhm.
care unless the education is somehow entertainment?
Um, I feel like that's not rhetorical because I think there's an answer. Because there's see, I think the entertainment part is about the fact that you're you, which is probably brand. So when it comes to that, I would say you pretty much had a skit where somebody had to work through some discomfort with the routines, um, and capturing the discomfort, the awkwardness, capturing it. For some reason, people think awkward situations in normal everyday life is hilarious, and I don't know why. But we're introverts and we can figure it out. So, like, if you were to do something like that and put your own spin on how you know people to be, and then twist that into the Thai massage, that might be the angle. I mean, there's so many
I
different angles.
have not been able, in all the years I've promoted video online, mostly from Gary Vee, by the way. Gary Vee was a
Mhm.
huge influence. I'm much better. You know how Gary used to say, "Document, don't create."
Mhm.
I think Gary, if you looked at my social media now, he's like, "You need to create and document less."
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
it's
because the
like,
documentation was validation for what you create. Yeah.
it's like I am not a performer by trade. I don't understand some elements of like social media stuff, but it's like you always look at your own art differently than other people. Like, having a video about chronic pain management sounds like the most fucking boring thing I've ever heard. But primarily, that's what I'm trying to teach. The question becomes, how do you teach that and teach it in a way that like people are drawn into your story emotionally? I'm not exactly certain. I just continue to make video and not really worry about it too much. I just assume that as more people know me and the business grows and the business builds, you eventually stumble onto something that works. Like there was a video we shot with Kristen years ago. Somebody came in and did a Lomi video, and all I did was set up the camera from the side. That video on my YouTube channel went viral. Within a month, it had 1 million views on YouTube.
Mhm.
And
Was
when
it shorts or the video?
so it was an actual video, long form. This is many years ago. It was before shorts even existed. So what happened was it was a Lomi video. Kristen was naked. Because of where I'd set the table to the camera height, it's from the side. She looked completely naked from the side.
Mhm.
When it grabbed a still, 75% of the views came from guys in India. Every
Mhm.
dude in India went, "Oh my God, naked white girl. Oh my God, naked white girl. Oh my God, naked white girl. Oh my God, naked white girl."
Like they were writing this,
No. So
reacting.
that video, if you go to my YouTube channel right now, 99% of all the views, every video I've had on my channel has gotten cumulatively is dwarfed compared to that one video. And the reason why is because it wasn't monetized. People kept clicking on it because everybody went, "Oh my God, naked white girl. Oh my God, naked white girl." The video went viral, which is some people, they're like, "That's success." And it's like, okay, 75% of the dudes are from India and they want to see somebody naked. What does that have to do with my business?
I don't see it, Robert. You want me to tell you how multidimensional my thinking is? I think this is that This is that point because when I see that, I personally would have clicked it not because of the anatomy of the opposite sex, but because that setup, that view, that angle is based off of Ayurvedic massage, and most of the Ayurvedic massage is known and practiced by Indian people. So when you show that there's a connection, there's always going to be a connection. And so when you work that connection. If you got to have an Ayurvedic massage therapist sit in front of you on Zoom and talk to you because of that.
Well, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
basically what I hear you saying is I start to diversify my channel to kind of doing what Psyche Truth did. I'm going to get other practitioners in my studio and film them. The practitioner.
If you're trying to bleed across the industry of their illusions.
Okay, I'm just going to give you a quick understanding. The practitioner who was in that video, I wasn't in the video. It was their thing. I didn't even do much editing. I just pressed a button to press record. That practitioner got angry at me for sexualizing his work.
Oh, it was a him?
And I sat there and went, hey, you got 1 million views without trying. And you don't want to make more videos? And he's like, no, you're sexualizing my work. And I'm like, bro, I just pressed a button on a camera and got out of the way.
Yeah.
If I could fuck up and get 1 million views at every video, I would be fucking phenomenally rich.
I'd be ready for it. Yeah.
This guy teaches and does Lomi. Why isn't he traveling the Pacific Islands and like working on rock stars if he can get 1 million fucking views?
Well, based on that one video, apparently, I mean, honestly, dude, even guys don't react that strongly to a woman being sexualized in a massage video, because I've seen worse than what you described, and they're still struggling.
I still get comments in the video where people are arguing about whether what he does is traditional or arguing, and I'm like,
exactly. See,
this video just lives on my YouTube channel. I don't give two shits. That one video accounts for 99% of all the views my entire channel has ever had.
It's not selfish. It's not a selfish video because you weren't in front of it.
In the end, if I went out to the local massage community, and I could do this, come into my studio, do some videos, I'll put them on my channel. I will get probably very little, if any, response.
Why?
Because they don't want to
What are you saying to them? What would you say to them?
They don't want to be on camera.
What would you say to them, though?
To get them to come in?
Yeah.
I'd go, hey, you don't want people to see your stuff? Like, I'm doing the editing. I'm doing the camera work. Like, I'm setting up so you can just easily educate your audience through my YouTube channel.
They're telling you why they're failing as therapists. They're telling you. They don't get on camera, man. They don't show the world what they can do.
Well, it's like, the thing is like, I've started, okay, some people have problems that I say this, but basically I would tell people, listen, my work is so effective that it allows people to overlook my attractiveness and personality. I've survived being an asshole, you know, and it's like being a guy having a home-based studio. But
and the women that dominate the industry won't ever understand that.
It's different.
They won't.
It's different.
It's different.
Like, basically, like, if I talk to Kristen, I go, Kristen's still getting her chops as a teacher, and she's like, oh, well, they kind of want you. And it's like, Kristen, they want what they can't have. 99% of our industry wants to take a class with you. They don't want to take a class with Robert Gardner. What do they want? They want an attractive woman to teach a class. Go teach. It's just a bias. It's like the thing of like, okay, there's fundamentally like white privilege. Like, I can try to be empathetic. Do I understand what it's like to be a black man in America? Please say no. 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 Because I can't just like, I can't turn that off. You know what I'm saying? Like,
aren't you Irish?
Well, Scott Irish, yeah.
Oh, come on, man. You know probably better than we do.
Well, you know, it's different. It's just, I don't have a problem. Okay, listen, students in class will go, well, what kind of cameras do we need? Like if I talk about social media and I go, oh, okay, listen, you guys live locally. There's 8 of you here in class. Here's what I'm going to do. I want you to contact me after class. You can come into my studio. I will use my camera setup to record you from 4 camera angles, and we'll bulk shoot some stuff you can use for your social media. I'll do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those students contact me?
I guess none.
Correct. Why?
There's something secretive about it. I don't know if it has to do with women's personal stuff, but the only person that actually kind of drove me into just working the camera for a little while was this massage therapist here in Orlando. And his business kind of sucked, and he sucked at massage, but he wanted to get it out there regardless of what it looked like. And I was down for it.
Yep.
And so that's it.
Basically, the thing that I'll hear is like, but if I'm on a video, people are going to judge me. And I go, yes, and those people are losers. And they're like, but Robert, you don't understand what it's like to be a woman in America. And I'm like, correct, I'm empathetic, but I do it. They're like, they're going to call you fat. And I'm like, you care that they think you're fat? People in my industry, other educators in my industry have called me a misogynist, mansplaining asshat in groups that I run. Now, did I ever call them names? I ran across something recently, and somebody in a group said, well, Robert's a jackass. And my first thought was like, that may be correct, but how would it be perceived if somebody called a woman educator in the massage industry a jackass publicly in a public forum?
I mean, it's just weird to hear it.
It's like, well, you can't do that. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It sounds smoother calling them the B word.
How gender biased are we?
Yeah.
So it's okay. Like, listen, here's what I did. I'm a loud, abrasive, opinionated motherfucker. I don't give a fuck what you think. Here's what I do. Here's what I do. Here's what I do. And they're like, we don't like you. And I'm like, so don't come hang out with me.
Yeah.
Don't take my class. And they're like, bro, you've never seen anybody do what I'm doing? Because it's never been done in our industry.
And when they hear that, they're probably like, who does he think he is? But it's really just the way they look at themselves, man. That's what it ends up coming back to. That's what the self-awareness is for. I'm here to help those people understand themselves enough to understand us. And it's just, it's hard. It's hard because they react before they understand. And
I don't expect people to understand it. And basically, you're trying to create something they've never seen. So there's always going to be a bit of confusion. Even I am still formulating what I do. And frankly, when I realized, okay, people are clothed. You can photo document, video document, everything. My entire business transformed from that, and I continue to do it where I'm streaming from 4 camera angles live. Do massage therapists care? They can participate in a live class with me tomorrow for free on YouTube. Do they give 2 shits? The answer is no, absolutely not. I want in person. Cool, fly to Austin. And they're like, but, and I'm like, listen, do you want the fucking information or no? And they're like, bro, you like curse. This is not professional. And I'm like, fuck you. Don't take my class. If you don't like the fact that I curse, don't take my classes. These videos are a warning, motherfucker. Like, I don't know what you people understand. Like, there's nothing in state law that says Robert Gardner cannot curse in a class. You people make me lose my fucking mind.
Because you keep saying class. It's taking people back to their failed life as a kid in school.
Who gives a shit? You think teachers approved of me through school? You think
it's not about approval of you, though. They need to approve on themselves. They need to have that approval for themselves, dude. Like, they can't look for your approval, but that's what they're doing because they don't trust themselves. They don't trust themselves to learn anything more than what they already know.
Yeah.
And I've found, dude, these people have some crazy experiences in school that it just stops them from learning. It really does.
Well, and I'm brutal about this because we have access to the internet. My notion of schooling itself, especially formal education, is completely in the shitter. Like, it's fucking horrible.
And now a person
Education education in America hasn't kept any fucking pace, even at a university level, with the internet.
No.
Not even close. Why don't you self-teach and get on the internet? And they're like, man, god damn it. And I'm like, listen, all of your social structures are fundamentally flawed. And they're like, we don't like you. And I'm like, you always say this like it's a bad thing. Listen, if you don't want to smoke weed and drink tequila, I don't want to hang out with you anyway. It's fine. It's like, if you don't want to fucking listen to a 45-minute long version of Tweezer by Fish, I don't give a fuck. Like, don't come to my fucking class. Like, me getting rid of the students I don't want in my fucking class is a win. And that's where people are confused because they're like, well, no, but you should want everybody to like you. And I'm like, everybody fucking liking me sounds like my definition of hell.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
Do I have to live? Do I live and die on other people's judgment? Other people's opinions. Listen, most of the fucking people who have opinions about me have never fucking met me. I say this on the internet to therapists constantly. Well, I don't like him. And I'm like, cool, you ever met me? And they're like, fuck you. And I'm like, no, you don't like the way I talk on the internet. I don't give a shit what you don't like. I don't create my fucking life to please you, Charlotte. Yeah. I do what I fucking do because I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
And you're not going on Nextdoor with the same demeanor fucking with the whole software because their software is highly sensitive. When I talk to
therapists and they're like, well, how do you sell next level pain relief? I look at people and say, listen, do you want a massage or do you want to get better? God damn. And I'm like, well, you have shoulder pain, right? I'm going to help solve your shoulder pain. You can go get a massage anywhere. Go. And like massage therapists just don't know how to handle me marketing myself that way. And I'm like, listen, I knew from the beginning I was only going to work for a very small selection of the populace. The faster I get rid of the people who don't fit is the faster I get to the people that it does work for. I literally have clients who do the following. They go, listen, I got this guy who works on me. I just want you to understand, he's not really doing massage. He does this shit. You're clothed on a mat. He's real fucking weird, okay? I'm just trying to warn you. He's real fucking weird, and his interpersonal skills are strange sometimes.
Is that a referral? Is this a referral?
Yes. This is a client. This is a client telling other clients about what I do, or potential clients, and they're basically warning people. I had a client, a regular, come in, and I said, listen, here's what clients do. I told her this. I said, when you refer people to me, you tell them his body work is amazing. Just understand that he's likely going to curse at some point, and he's like a little weird and socially awkward. And she laughed and was like, Robert, that's almost exactly what I tell people. And I'm like, I fucking know. It's like me selling massage. Now the client is upset because they come in, it's mat-based, clothes on with suspension. The sessions are 3 fucking hours, and they're like, dude, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, the future.
They want to be like, oh, you want to come in today? They want that.
I come hell or high water, I'm like, I'm going to carve out my own niche. Fuck them. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're like, what do you tell them when they want a massage? I'm telling them they can go somewhere else. And they're like, God damn. I'm like, listen, do you want next level pain relief? Do you want a massage or do you want to get better? Next level pain relief. Do you want a massage or do you want to get better? Massage therapists get mad. How dare you denigrate? And I'm like, what do you mean? CrossFit is not trying to be Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Netflix is not trying to be Blockbuster. And Amazon is not trying to be Walmart. I'm going to do my thing and figure it out and get clients and students and lather, rinse, repeat, and build. Next level pain relief is not Robert Gardner.
Yeah.
Next level pain relief is the brand. Well, hey man, I got some other stuff. I got some other stuff I got to get into. We've done for about 2.5 hours. Can you tell the audience at home where they can find you?
Oh man, I'm pretty much on all major platforms like Facebook. Just look for me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, X,
Okay.
Nextdoor if you're ever in Florida.
I'll make sure these show up on screen so people can like find you.
yeah.
They'll probably be down here.
Yeah, I'm on every single platform, and there's some content on everything. So it's I'm all over the place.
Cool. All right.
Oh yeah.
Well, listen, we'll talk again soon. If you have any insights, stuff that comes up, just let me know. We can do another podcast in the future, but it's always good to talk to you.
You too, Rob, man. I'll
Cool.
talk to you soon. All right.
Thank you guys
Later.
for tuning in to the Robert Gardner Wellness Podcast. I'll see you again soon with Antoine Collette. Is that right? I wanted to say Collette. I'm like, it's not Collette. Antoine Collette. I'll talk to you soon.
Like coddle, like, to nurture. Coddle like that.
Sounds good. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again.
Later.
Bye.